With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The streams online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran shooter feeling so insecure. The money he earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, this surely turned into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. It's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if battery fun is shy or scant to see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a bike, pretending they're for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife, while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react, but isn't act, that is a fact, as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teacher's nearly over and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for us today, Monday the 26th of June 2023. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed and enjoyed the rest of your weekend and whatever you end up getting up to. Now, Phil has woken up today and he's in a bit of a salty mood already because apparently there's issues with Street Fighter 6 for playing cross-platform. Right now, the only way to fucking play games, apparently, according to Street Fighter 6 of 3 hours ago, is to just set it to your own platform only. And that has got Phil in a right little tizzy in his own little chat because he has it on Xbox and apparently it's a huge issue for those because apparently no one bought it on Xbox. He is saying crossplay isn't working, so we may be dead in the water for online SF6 today. We'll have to see. Kind of a huge issue for those who bought it on Xbox. Almost nobody bought it on Xbox, so I won't lie because I won't find any opponents. Lol. So yeah, Phil is assuming that there's barely any Xbox players at all that, you know, feature exist anywhere, you know, so if I can do. Yeah, other than all that though, you know, Phil's feeling a little chirpy fucking mood. I thought it was a strange... There's a funny wee thing from yesterday. I want to show it, before I forget it, I want to show it. Phil is in the middle of his fucking Diablo gameplay. This is not unrecorded. He just decides all of a sudden, on a whim, to just have a begment right in the fucking middle of playing Diablo 4. Listen to this shit.
So by the way, no one else has tipped tonight, right? We just got the one tip from Lisa Lou and that's it. Well, I guess we had a couple other small ones, but nothing else because I haven't seen anything come through and I just want to be sure that it's not my notifications, that it's actually no one's tipped, okay? I just double checking there. Everything else I know is correct, but I just want to be sure I'm okay on that front. Okay. Where is he? Down there. No one else did? Okay. Yes, we're recording. Why do you think I'm not recording?
I'll tell you exactly why people thought you were fucking not recording, because usually those are fucking segments that are fucking saved for when you're not recording. Usually those are fucking things that happens in between the recorded segments when you're fucking desperate to try and get as much money from people as fucking possible. So no wonder your audience are fucking feeling confused right in the middle of a fucking recording and all of a sudden you're fucking really flat out asking, hey, where the fuck's the tips gone? We've not seen any fucking tips ever since so-and-so fucking tipped. And you want to know the funny thing is, Phil doing that in the middle of the recording, do you want to know how much extra money it got him in terms of tips? He was at $54 at that point in time. You go to the very end of the recording, he's still at $54 fucking dollars.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have won that boss.
I didn't earn him a single other fucking tip. That fucking begging yielded absolutely fucking nothing whatsoever on the tip side of fucking things. Super chats, probably. Imagine super chats, you know, there are a few extra ones. Not actually, maybe not even fucking super chats, because the fucking last super chat guy was called Mark as well, so I don't think he got a single fucking contribution after that fucking point in time for the last fucking half an hour. So yeah, Phil fucking is desperate, fucking flat out begging, yielded absolutely nothing in that capacity. Nope, Phil was blethering away more in his fucking chat. What's he saying now? I was planning on Zangief and maybe more Lily, but now I mightn't be able to play at all. I'll have to wait and see. Gief has more combos, but I saw a few interesting dash cancel strategies I want to try. crossplays apparently down, so for Xbox players, yeah, online is just going to be completely dead. Also, it's been revealed that all ranked multiplayer is based on regions, hence why last time I fought the same Manon 3 times in a row, and that's an awful idea. It's going to kill the game long term. We won't swap games, but I may have to do a world tour if the multiplayer is dead, and I know people will complain, but I didn't break the game. Yes, obviously if you're in the same region you're likely to have a better connection, that's why they're doing it, but I think that's going to significantly shrink the available player pool. That's what fellas bitching, whining and moaning about right fucking now. Who knows, you know, fuck it. Anyway, let's just spin the goddamn undetermined today's bingo card, shall we? Let's get to the fucking wheel and spin this bad boy. And it has landed on excited. Good word. Very good word for us to have. Oops, just spelled it wrong. So I need a number between 1 and 220. The first number in chat I see between 1 and 220, but the one I used for today's bingo antics. The first number in chat I saw was 34 from Dare Bear. So we're going to do the 34th card, which will be the 35th result. Here we go. The card on the left hand side of the screen you see is a card we're using for today's bingo antics. You got Phil to say interesting, chill, disgusting, comment, and him doing a years ago story. Then you got him doing the creepy whisper. Him saying admittedly, you see, new games and okay. The third row is Phil saying 1,000,000%. Sometimes he fucking says those two things fucking together. Snort, him being randomly bigoted, and him saying fun. The fourth row is Phil saying alright, now, friend, him giving a thumbs up, and him flailing his arms. And the fifth and final row is Phil having dead air, his chair creaking, him drinking, him mocking his chat, and finally, Phil saying excited. There we fucking go. Let me just save the card right now before I forget to save the card. 2 seconds here. So there we go, and save, and just save it there as well. Okay, there we go, good stuff indeed. Prophet was saying earlier on about the crossplay thing. It seems the crossplay is affecting mostly Xbox users and may require a patch to fix. It's a communication handshake between Microsoft security and crossplay on our consoles. Why won't it affect PC gamers then if they're also playing on a Microsoft PC? Or is it a different fucking kind of handshake between console, Xbox, Microsoft and PC, Microsoft? Is that maybe different kinds of handshakes? I don't know. Because it's both Microsoft, I just thought maybe, I don't know, I'm a bit confused. Anyway, the card has been saved. And, actually, no, I don't know. The card has almost been saved. I almost got there we go. Go. Prophet says Xbox Live, okay. Specifically an Xbox Live connection, no problem, okay. Right, the card's been saved, and I don't need the wheel anymore either, fantastic stuff. Phil's using the bathroom, he's going to fucking begin. Fantastic fucking stuff. So that means we can now go to the board and set up the game, and I'll briefly go through the rules and stipulations and all that shit for the bingo side of things. There's a variety of ways that we can get free spaces on the bingo card you're about to see before you. First of all, if Phil snorts 20 times or burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that is a free space for us. And if he does this fucking twice, you know, if he has like 20 burps or 40 snorts, that's an extra free space on top of all that as well. They double up essentially, these things. Also, if Phil blows bubbles for his audience for getting 100 likes on his stream before he starts recording for gameplay, that too will be a free space. And if we get 100 likes on the stream ourselves for bingo, not only is it a free space for us, but it's also a chance for you guys to see the Bubbles animation that Pixar Animations so very kindly made for us all. Link to his channel is in the description of this live stream. And speaking of which, in the description of his live stream as well, there is a link to a community post that I made. You have to make sure that you have commented on that community post if you want to win with a chance of winning the $25 prize for us getting a full house on the bingo card. If you have never left a comment on that community post, which is linked in the description of this live stream, then you're not going to be eligible to win with a chance of winning the prize. If we do get a full house, of course. You know, that only happens, of course, if we get a full house. But yeah, there you go. So, all that being said, and all that jazz, I think we're essentially ready to go. We're just waiting for Phil to come back from his precious little piss break. And, yeah, I do hope you're all doing well. As I said, you know what I mean? Phil's still thinking about Street Fighter 6 and all that crap, and you can guarantee that'll be on the agenda for a lot of his bitching and whining today. Phil is due to lose 60 odd members today. Today's the day that Phil's going to lose 62 members. A little bit fucking small, actually. Let me just I just got a bit bigger there going. But you see now, for you guys, but 62 members is due to fucking go off today for Phil Burnell. So he's probably going to, in between the day stream and night stream, he's probably going to drop about 60 members from his current tally that he has, and that'll probably fucking make him freak out as well. So, yeah, aside from all that, we're just waiting for Phil to get back, as I said. And, yeah, it's a good strong card. I'll like the look of it. And, yeah, I know there's a whole bunch of wee drama going on right now, by the way. There's a whole bunch of Derek shenanigans going on. There's apparently he's been doxed, and apparently he might not have been doxed. Apparently the information might have been false. So they've not confirmed the information, whatever. It's a bit all over the fucking place. I'm gonna just leave it how I always leave it. Derek's a creepy little bastard, and as soon as he's fucking locked up, you know, before he fucking does something severely fucking dangerous, you know, the better, in my opinion. But yeah, it's fucking, yeah. As long as the fucking community are aware of the fucking danger he poses to potentially, you know, fucking young fucking children in him, that's my fucking take on that, because he is definitely, he's a fucking time bomb in my opinion to fucking do something extreme. That's just the impression I fucking get from that creepy little bastard. That's what I fucking feel anyway. But in terms of the fucking doxing kind of thing, it's just one of those things, it's like, I don't know, it's a strange one, you know what I mean? Like, if Derek was dumb enough to have his information out there for people to find out where he lives, and that's Derek's fault entirely, you know what I mean? So if Derek wasn't careful enough of his information, it happens, you know, it can happen to fucking anyone. So there you go. That's how I'll say, that's where I'll leave it at that, you know what I mean? If Derek's dumb enough for people to find out where he lives, then it's his own damn fault. So there you go. I said we're just waiting for Phil to start the stream. He is back apparently from his little cream in his hands bathroom break. And yeah, I'm going to turn the music up. You guys can enjoy some quality detractor tunes while we wait for Phil to properly go live. He's probably going to start in a few minutes' time. So, yeah, cheers to it. Let's pick a card, and I'll catch up with you guys when Phil is about to start the stream. So, cheers for that, and enjoy the music.
Champions can get no booze at all. But even if I could, there would be one stop on my stream up on your phone. I remind you that it's time to tip, it's time to tip. The gin's all gone, I don't know why. Can't get no sleep at all. Might as well.
And typically, Phil's actually fucking starting earlier than anticipated. Fucking that's his little bumper thing rolling right here. I'm not sure he's going to fucking have some sort of kind of pre-intro or not. We'll have to wait and see if he does. But we'll, of course, unmute Phil's stream and see what he says in case there's anything for the card we can take off straight away. Oh, there will be. Okay, there will be. So there we fucking go. So, let's see what Phil's got to fucking say. We're playing the game now. Bingo's begun already. And let's see if we can get early things ticked off the card.
What is up, everyone? It's Monday. And after a weekend away, it's time to return to the world of Street Fighter 6 for some hype online play, especially after coming off of the very first tournament the game has ever had. Hype is at an all-time high. However, we may not even be able to play it today, and that's a problem. We'll talk about this and more on today's Level 1 podcast.
The podcast, okay, this is an issue, Phil. The podcast has absolutely fuck all to do with the gameplay. You fucking make it a separate fucking thing. People watch your podcast not to fucking hear about your Street Fighter 6 issues, potential problems in the future. Your podcast is meant to be a separate entity covering all sorts of other fucking things in gaming news and all that shit, so it shouldn't be a fucking main focus. So what's the fucking, because you're fucking treating these things as a fucking separate entity, why is it all of a sudden the fucking main focus of this particular podcast if it's going to be separated from the other content because you're fucking recording it all separately? It's a fucking weird one to me. But let's just fucking fast forward to Phil's shitey fucking intro. Here we fucking go. So nothing ticked off so far. By the way, before we even continue, before we fucking begin, I forgot to fucking set up, hold on. I forgot. There is one important fucking thing I forgot to fucking have prepared for Phil annoying me. Bear with me. I have everything else prepared, I have everything else set up, but there is one thing I forgot. I need to make sure I have it here for when Phil pisses me off, it can help calm me fuck down. Hold on. But here we fucking go, I think. Right, there we go. I've got it ready in standby. The auto cam. We have the auto cam on standby. We have it here, if needed. Right now, the hole was like fucking 2 or 3 of them in this fucking wee hole. There's a couple here as well, just chilling. They're all lovely as hell. There we fucking go. Anyway, we have the auto challenge standby, should we need it. So let's begin the fucking bingo. Here we fucking go. Fingers crossed, guys. Remember, tag me in chat in case I miss anything in the card. I don't try and miss things in the card, I just do sometimes because I'm a stupid bastard. Nothing I can fucking do. Bug bingo mechanics and all that jazz. 25 out of 25 on this card means one of you guys can potentially win a fucking prize. Fingers crossed. Here we fucking go. Fuck you, DSP. You're a wee bitch.
Alrighty, well, it's Monday, everyone. Good morning. I'm Darkside Phil. Welcome to the show. June 26, 2023. And yes, indeed, we are coming off of the first ever major tournament held for Street Fighter 6. And interestingly enough, when you have a tournament this early into the life cycle of a game, you get a lot of interesting variety. The meta of a game, meaning the high-level balance in gameplay, hasn't necessarily really been established yet, because the game has only been out for roughly 3 weeks. And so, attendance was high, viewership was high, hype was very high, as people duked it out at CEO 2023. Interestingly enough, a Blanca player won the tournament. Interestingly enough, that's the character that I've been using the most in the game and I've found most success with. Is it a coincidence? Or is the character incredibly strong in Street Fighter 6? As I've said, as I've played Blanca in these last 3 weeks, I feel like Blanca has some tricks, Blanca has some strategies, and Blanca has some very strong early gameplay. In the long term of the game, I'm not necessarily sure that Blanca will hold up, but I think early on he is incredibly strong. But this might be a case where once this game is played for a few months and people actually figure out ways around his tricks and strategies, that he's not exactly high-level tournament viable. But for now, he's dominant. And what's funny is a lot of people were saying last night, oh my god, prepare for the Blanca wave. Because whatever happens, usually what happens when there's a major tournament in a fighting game, and particularly when a fighting game is new, whatever character wins that tournament, everyone jumps on a bandwagon to use that character. And it's funny because I was already using Blanca before Blanca won this major. So what will happen?
So was fucking several other thousands of fucking players though. Why? What? Holy fucking shit! I was using Blanca before this fucking tournament. Yeah, I think you're a fucking only player in the fucking world that picks fucking Blanca. Holy fuck, Phil. Do you think you fucking set the trend? Do you think you fucking inspired the winner? Or some pish? What the fuck does it fucking matter?
Before Blanca won this major. So what will happen with Blanca, right? Will there be a huge surge of people using the character? It's kind of interesting, right? I do believe the next major is actually EVO, which is in 40 days. So obviously we'll see what happens at EVO, and if anything has changed in a little bit over a month of play and balance, right? But interestingly enough, I had already...
You need to fucking stop saying interestingly. Because there's no actually that fucking interesting, you know that? You fucking said the goddamn fucking word about 7 fucking times already, and we're only fucking 2 minutes into a shitey fucking podcast. Come up with a fucking new word. Somebody get this fucking idiot a thesaurus so I can fucking have different fucking words to look up and use, rather than just fucking use the same goddamn fucking term over and over and over again. Interestingly enough, fuck off.
Scheduled today to be a day of Street Fighter 6 here on the main stream, which is great, because you're coming off of that hype of CEO. And I'm like, oh, this will be great, an opportunity for me to play the game online. And just so you know, here's my plan, but it may not become a reality, all right? So, I wanted to play with Zangief today, and maybe some Lily. It was going to be an online ranked multiplayer stream, where I try to continue to get better with these characters. Last night, I watched a few videos, and I watched, first of all, some high-level Zangief play. And it was pretty interesting. I learned a few new tricks that I didn't know. For example, when I'm jumping, I should rarely use the body splash, but instead, I should use the knees, which is down and light kick. It's a crossover in this game, which it wasn't in a lot of others, and it easily leads to a hit string with a bunch of light attacks that you can either tick throw, or if it hits, you could do a combo, or you can even dash cancel out of it. Seems pretty effective. Also, it seems to stuff a lot of anti-airs. Also, some dash cancel strategies with Zangief. For example, just midstream dash canceling you can easily dash up into 360, or you can cancel into like the knee or something else that's tricky and for spacing purposes. And also I saw a few combos with Zangief that are kind of interesting, where you can dash cancel into like a medium punch into a either headbutt, which is kind of a tricky thing because the headbutt is a setup that recovers. You could do another headbutt, or you could do a 360, or you could can't combo into like a lariat. So it seems interesting, although he doesn't have high combo ability. 9 times out of 10, if you hit a drive impact or a wall bounce, you're probably just going to want to do a 360, meaning a spinning pile driver. It gives you the most damage output. He's not like you need to memorize combos from different distances with Zangief. It's really not that viable. But at the same time, man, he can be very devastating in certain situations, okay? And so, I was planning on playing with him and then maybe some Lily. Now, I actually watched some high-level Lily. I was actually watching the top-ranked Lily players. And quite frankly, to be honest here, they don't do that much compared to other characters. It's very basic gameplay. It's just solid gameplay because the character has, certain moves that are good at certain distances, certain priorities. Her combos are quite basic. There's nothing really complex about her gameplay really, besides, there's mix-ups for throw or combo, or just kind of, doing safe hit strings. Even dash cancels. Her dash cancels are very basic. There's nothing too special about them. So with Lily, I honestly didn't learn that much at all, besides maybe a little bit of dash cancel implementation. For the most part, she just seemed like a very basic character, which is fine. Maybe that's why I was doing good with her, because she didn't require a lot of execution to play well, right? So I actually did this research last night before I went to sleep. I'm like, all right, I'm ready today. I'm going to jump into Street Fighter 6, do some ranked online multiplayer. And I wake up this morning, and I I open my phone, I open Twitter, and the first thing I see is a post from like 8 a.m. from Street Fighter's official Twitter account. Oh, we are temporarily having issues with the crossplay of the game. So crossplay is not working at all, and we strongly recommend you just disable crossplay. Because if you leave it on, you're just going to keep getting matchmaking errors. That's not good. That's really bad. And here's why. There's a couple reasons why. First of all, this game is supposed to be full crossplay between PC, PS5, and Xbox. So no matter what version you play, you're on equal ground with everybody else. That's great. You're having that player base, right? But here's the problem for me. I bought it on Xbox, and the Xbox version of this game, way undersold compared to the other versions. No exaggeration, the player pool on Xbox is about 1/5 to 1/6 as small as the other console or the other platforms. So trying to find players just on Xbox may be nearly impossible. Okay? That's a problem. If you haven't noticed, the vast majority of time that I've played this game online, I'm always cross-playing. It's someone from another platform. I'm almost never playing against someone who's on Xbox. So I might just literally be sitting here, and if the crossplay really doesn't work, I may just be sitting here unable to find matches.
And some of you are wondering why Phil got it on Xbox to begin with. It's because he fucking played the beta on Xbox. Why did he play the beta on Xbox? Because he was confident to be a smaller pool of people trying to apply to fucking play it on Xbox to give him a better chance of fucking get his hands on the beta in the first place. So really Phil did it to himself by trying his best to fucking get at the beta in the first place.
Okay? Now, there's actually something else that has been revealed about the ranked multiplayer that people have issue with, and it was just figured out this week. The way that the ranked multiplayer matchmaking works is that it's region-based. So allow me to explain what that means. I live in the Seattle region of the United States, which is the Pacific Northwest. So if I'm going to play a ranked match of Street Fighter 6, it'll throw me into the pool looking for players, and as long as crossplay is enabled, what it's going to do, it's going to look for players in my geographical region to play against first, because it assumes those connections are going to be better. So if there's people playing in Seattle, in Oregon, in this area, Canada, this area of the country or planet, I'm going to play them first. Now,
this country or planet, same fucking thing essentially. Fucking hell. People are demanding speed up juice. We're not that far behind Phil. I can do it to 1.25, but we might catch up to real-time Phil if we're not careful. I'm going to put it to 1.25 now, but Phil is not that far ahead of us in the grand scheme of things.
Now, if it's not finding a good match in that region of a good connection, then it will broaden the search to go a little bit further out and then a little bit further out, okay? In general, I haven't waited longer than, say, 30 seconds to find a match in Street Fighter 6 since its launch over 3 weeks ago. But likely that's because the player base has been very high everywhere, and right here regionally, let's be honest, this is a hotbed for gaming, this part of the country. So likely I just keep playing people from my local region, which is fine. As long as there's enough players that there's variety in the players I'm playing, then I don't have any complaints. But if you didn't notice, the last time I played the game on Friday, there was a problem. As I was searching for people, I played the same person 3 times in a row, the same Minot player. And I'm like, dude, I beat him the first time. I beat him the second time. I don't want to play him again. I'm just tired of it. And at the third time, I'm exhausted. I just kind of didn't play very hard and I lost. And honestly, I didn't even care. Like, you don't want to play the same person over and over. It becomes very tedious and exhausting. Okay? And this is going to be a problem. Let's say, for example, you're playing the game online and you're trying to learn. You don't want to fight the same guy 5 times in a row. Been there, done that. I want variety, right? I'm never going to learn if I keep fighting the same person and their same strategies and over and over. So let's say, for example, yes, that Minot player has a better connection, but someone has a slightly worse connection, but they're playing a different character. I want to play them, but I can't. I have no control over that right now. Right now, it's purely region connection based. It's not going to look at the fact that you played the same person 2 times and not give you a third match. It's going to just give you that third match again. So if you got 2 people in the same region who just keep searching, they're just going to keep playing each other endlessly. Okay, that's bad. That's really bad. I don't know what they were thinking with that. It definitely should have some kind of a factor in the netcode to say, all right, you already played this guy a bunch. Let's give him some variety. It doesn't do that. So you might end up playing the same people endlessly in rank. And so I'm nervous because here's the thing. As we continue to play, honestly, what's going to happen is the player base will dwindle. Right now, the player base is at its highest, especially now. There's probably so many people trying to play after this tournament this weekend. Everyone's hyped for Street Fighter 6. But what'll happen is within a few months, maybe by the end of the year, especially when new fighting games start coming out like Mortal Kombat 1 and stuff like that, the player base will dwindle. And then what's going to happen is it's going to keep matching you with the same people, and that's not good, okay? So I'm hoping that that'll change, they'll improve it, or maybe when you get to different ranks it'll change. I don't know, but I certainly hope for the best I'm not end up playing the same players over and over. This game might be dead by the end of the year. People aren't going to care about ranked play if you just play the same 3 people in a loop. So hopefully that's fixed. But the other thing is, when it definitely comes to the online play on Xbox, I might be dead in the water. If there's no crossplay, I might not be able to find anyone, right? Or we might only be able to play people who just have horrible connections to us. So I am very nervous about today. I want to play online, but we may not be able to. So what is my backup plan? Well, I'm not going to switch games because that's not fair to people who didn't know. For example, someone already suggested in chat, why not play Final Fantasy 16? Well, that's an ongoing narrative playthrough, and there are people who are making a concerted effort to be here every Final Fantasy 16 stream. I don't want to now switch to that game, and now they didn't know I was playing it, so they missed a stream. That wouldn't be fair. So I'm not going to do that.
It's a good job you fucking record every single fucking bit of gameplay then for them to catch up on, on demand at their own fucking leisure, isn't it? Oh, I think I'm getting a phone call from Prophet. Prophet?
Yo.
Okay, I have a feeling you have a rant incoming, so get it off your chest.
I'll explain the crossplay here really easy. You set North America, it matches you against people in North America region. It won't match you against people in Asia or in Europe or anything like that. Due to latency, due to distance, that is how it works. Now, when I played online as ranked as well, yeah, I've got matched up with the same person like twice in a row. Big deal, right? So what? Right? And Phil right now explaining how he's worried that he's going to get bad connection players. You're the bad connection player, Phil. Regardless of what you think, typically it's your connection that's bad. 10 megabits up, come on, get with it. You need more than that, especially while streaming.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
It's 16K again. But the crossplay, he has no clue on how the crossplay is an Xbox issue. It's a security update for Xbox Live, which caused issues with Xbox users in crossplay. So it'll either be a patch. Microsoft's not going to roll back the security fix. There's not a chance in fucking hell for that happen. So we are going to have to wait until Capcom patches it. And it could be very easy. It just could be a security authentication. And it could be a quick 5-second background patch, and then it's up and running.
Of course, Phil's going to fucking turn into some sort of, drama fucking thing. Oh, I need to change the entire fucking schedule. I need to change what I was planning to do, and woe is me. And yeah, fucking hell, man. It turns one wee thing into some massive fucking thing. Big fucking deal.
Yeah, it's just... He's going to blow it out of proportions because it's going to give him an out as he's getting his ass kicked. And he's going to blame everything on the crossplay issues that Xbox is like all these users on Xbox are just bad connection users, or
Look what I fucking
this
said
must be
earlier on. You know, the fucking
all
guy.
online play.
The person who played 3 times in a fucking row, you know, it's like he's trying to fucking say that by the third game I was just getting fucking tired of the game and I didn't want to fucking try and I let him win or some pish. That's sort of fucking copium bullshit, man. Is it? I got fed up playing the same player for a third time in a row, so I just let him fucking win, as if he had any fucking control over the fucking matter.
Yeah, like it was fucking. It's Phil. Phil being Phil, like usual.
Yeah, fucking typical fucking lockout antics. But yeah, Phil, as usual, Phil trying to fucking explain technical fucking shit, and as usual, he triggers the fuck out of you. Hence why you're here venting.
Yeah.
And it needs to be done. It needs to be fucking done.
Yeah, but I just want to explain like what's going on and how Phil's just basically bullshitting when it comes to what's going to happen today. And it should be good.
No worries, no
It should be
worries.
interesting.
Oh, fucking
Right,
interesting fucking buzzword of the fucking day so far. I've probably heard about fucking 20 fucking times so far today. But yeah. Cheers for clarifying, no, I do appreciate it. So catch you later.
Yeah. Later, everybody.
Bye. Always good to have Prophet check in and kind of clarify the situation, so probably a wee patch from, either, Xbox or Capcom to sort it, but of course Phil's going to just fucking say, woe is me, how long will it take? There's nobody else exists apparently on fucking Xbox Street Fighter 6 players. Phil's like the rare breed. He's the one person in the entirety of the fucking western seaboard of America that seems to have bought Street Fighter 6 on Xbox.
If anything, what I'm going to do is keep playing Street Fighter 6, but sadly, it seems like what I would have to do is play offline, meaning World Tour mode. And I know that's going to upset a lot of people because a lot of people really aren't too interested in watching the offline play. They just want the competitive play of Street Fighter 6, and I hear you. If that's you, I understand what you're saying. I get it. But I definitely want to play Street Fighter today. So if I have to play World Tour, then we'll have to play World Tour. It's going to be...
That wee blip was not me. I think that was something on Phil's end. Let me just rewind it and confirm that. But that little fucking little skip there, a video, I think that was on Phil's end.
Definitely want to...
Yeah, that's nothing to do with me. That's Phil's footage skipped, and it wasn't nothing to do with me.
Play Street Fighter today. So if I have to play World Tour, then we'll have to play World Tour. It's going to be, 3-hour stream of World Tour progress. The first time I played it in 2 weeks, actually. So we'll see what happens. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope the online play actually works. If it doesn't work, there's not a heck of a lot that I can do. We're going to be limited, right, with how it works, and hopefully they fix it. I can't imagine that this is something that's going to be long-standing. I mean, crossplay was a selling point of the game. To be completely honest with everyone now, I never would have bought this game on Xbox if there was no crossplay. I would have bought it on PlayStation 5 because I knew there was going to be way more players on PS5. Even having an older joystick for PlayStation that probably wouldn't even work as well, I still would have bought this on PlayStation 5 just to have better or more players. So, for me, that is kind of an issue. I bought the game on the premise that it has crossplay as they promised, and if it doesn't work, that's kind of I got cheated, essentially, out of my money, Now, also keep this in mind. I already invested extra money into the currency to buy the outfits.
The cross-platform's been down for like fucking 3 hours and I fucking plan to try and fix it as soon as I fucking can, Phil. You're treating us like some sort of fucking bait and switch where it never fucking happened in the goddamn fucking first place. Just calm the fuck down, you fucking idiot. It's gonna fucking fix as soon as I fucking can fix it, and just until then, it's not available, but holy fucking shit. Chaotic Knight says, chicken little. Phil really is treating us like the fucking sky has fallen. He really is.
Right? So I bought a bunch of colors and outfits in the game with real money, right? Guess what? That's tied not to my knowledge to your Capcom ID. That's tied to your account on what platform you're on. So let's say I was to rebuy the game on PS5 to avoid this issue in the future. I'm going to lose everything that I've earned and or bought. And I got to start from scratch.
I don't know if that's true or not. I couldn't tell you for sure myself, but I thought it was tied to the Capcom account and not the console. Prophet is saying nope. So there you go. Apparently it does carry over to the Capcom account because that's what it's tied to. There you go. Prophet says it's tied to Capcom. So Phil could rebuy Street Fighter 6 for a different console or be gifted for fucking the game, whatever. And apparently it would carry over. There you go.
Even though I did nothing wrong. That's not right. Why would I have to rebuy the content I already own, right? That's stupid. Bella Goth says, I'm the only person complaining about this. Yes, because it just happened, genius. It's literally happening live right now.
Okay, that is Phil mocking his chat. I'm definitely ticking that square. Phil is a person complaining about this. And he's immediately just fucking going toxic towards him. Fuck off.
Why would anyone else be complaining about it besides me, who's about to play this game for the first time for a weekend, and now it's happening? I don't understand. I'm watching you right now, and you're the only person complaining about this. Yes, because it's happening immediately. Like, it just happened. Oh, my God. Anyway, let's hope for the best. Let's hope that they do fix it. If they fix it today, then this is no issue, right? Maybe, we're still going to be doing a podcast for a little over an hour. Maybe it'll be fixed by then. Maybe not. But I hope it is fixed by then because I want to play online. I wanted to try more Zangief with some strategies, and I wanted to try Lily a little more, and it sucks that now I might be limited and not be able to. Let's see. I hope for the best. I hope they fixed it. But worst case, if I try and I can't find matches, then we're just going to jump into World Tour mode and play that for a bit today. And I apologize again. That wasn't my intention. That wasn't what was advertised, but better that than nothing, right? Okay. So anyway. Yes, that was our big...
What do you mean better that than fucking nothing, Phil? You're fucking called and audible plenty of fucking times. Even recently, Phil has fucking changed his fucking schedule on the fly and decided on a fucking whim to fucking play a different game rather than what was a scheduled fucking game for that fucking day. He fucking stopped playing, I believe it was a Zelda game. I don't know if it was a Zelda game or something, but he actually fucking played Street Fighter 6 instead of what he fucking told his audience he was planning to fucking play because he fucking wanted to play more Street Fighter. So it's fucking excuse that he's fucking making. Oh, my fucking, the people watching my fucking shit don't expect me to fucking play it this early, not shit. Why the fuck do you record your fucking content then? They can enjoy it there. Oh, it's just Jesus fucking Christ, Phil. It's bullshit, is what it is. It's fucking bullshit. It really is.
Street Fighter 6 discussion. Let's now roll into the schedule. I have a few game stories to talk about today. Not too many, but a few pieces of game news to discuss. And then we got shout outs to do, and then we'll go from there. All right. So let's talk about the schedule for the rest of the week because this is an extended streaming week. I'm actually here 7 days, so I have 3 more streaming days this week. Today, as explained, it's Street Fighter 6 here on the first stream. And then on the late stream tonight, it's going to be Zelda Tears of the Kingdom continuing as we unlock the final Dragon Tier memory. And then we head to the southwest of the game where it's the Gerudo Valley and that plotline with its dungeon. Now, for what I don't understand, here's how the game works because someone actually posted up a comment on my playthrough last night. There's the Gerudo dungeon. Then there's a 5th dungeon that unlocks when you've unlocked all 4 regional dungeons. And then there's a final dungeon. For what I'm to understand, the 5th dungeon is very lengthy. The 6th dungeon actually is short because it's basically just fighting Ganon, I guess. So, I guess we'll try to figure this out. We'll see how it works. I don't know exactly how it works. But we're getting close to the end of Zelda. I would say probably another 2 streams will beat the Gerudo dungeon. Maybe another 2 streams will beat the 5th dungeon. And then maybe the finale. So maybe another week to 2 weeks. Right? We're definitely not beating it this week. We're playing it tonight. We're playing it Wednesday night. Maybe that's enough to get through the Gerudo area. And then maybe next week we can get through the 5th dungeon and then it's the finale. So basically by like early to mid-July, we're wrapping it up and I will have a night stream freed up. Maybe we can use that night stream to do something like play World Tour. Okay? We'll see. Anyway. So that's coming up. That's tonight. I hope you'll join me tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time for some Zelda progress. Then tomorrow we will return to Final Fantasy 16. And to be honest, I'm actually very happy to return to it because as of yesterday, when I was finishing my Final Fantasy 16 stream, for the first time in the almost 8 hours I've been playing the game actually finally felt like a Final Fantasy game. I was in an area that actually had some open roaming and exploration. There was random fights I could do or skip. Some of them were more randomized fights with little enemies, while others were like larger enemies that were tankish and kind of like mini bosses. There was optional loot to be had. I was like, this is the formula of Final Fantasy. This is what I've been waiting for 7.5 hours, and finally we've hit it. It took very long to get to it, but now it feels like the game finally hit its stride. Now, I don't know if the whole game will be like that, or if it's going to go right back to a million cutscenes and linearity again, but I was having a really good time with it yesterday, and then I ran out of time. And I'm like, oh, man. What is it with these games hitting their stride right at the end of my streams? This seems to happen every time. It's like, oh. Anyway, the good news is, yes, it's fun. So I'm excited to jump back into it tomorrow and play more and see what happens, because right now I'm actually really enjoying the game. Okay? Then tomorrow night on the late stream, it is more Diablo 4. And that's exciting because guess what? We made great progress in Act 2 and finished Act 2 last night, and now we're making great progress in Act 3. So I'm curious to see, how long Act 3 is and where it goes next. We actually did a really difficult boss fight that we won, so I'm excited that we beat it, and now we move on tomorrow night with more plot line and trying to get through Act 3. And essentially, but the reason we're doing that is we're trying to unlock the mount. Everyone has told me, man, once you get the mount, the game becomes so much better because now you can move around so quickly. It's easy to do the side quests rather than feeling tedious because you're on foot and time wasting. The side quests are like really cool to just like turbo through once you get the mount. So I'm like, well, I guess that should be my focus, right? So that's what I'm working on. And then Wednesday is my final streaming day of the week, and the plan right now is more Street Fighter 6 and more Zelda. But again, I guess it depends on if Street Fighter 6 is working. If this crossplay is dead, then I can't really play this game online. So I guess we'll see what happens, okay? I'm off on Thursday. Then next week will be interesting. Friday is Street Fighter Friday, meaning Street Fighter 6 all day long. Saturday is my React stream paired with Diablo. Sunday is DSP's DSP, also known as the Digital Summer Party, where we're going to do such a big variety of stuff this coming Sunday, July 2nd. Mark your calendars and be here if you can. Number one, there'll be some fun summertime festivities in effect. Number two, we're going to be going through the entirety of the game schedule for the rest of the year, marking off the important dates and games and deciding which ones I'll be playing when, because with the amount of games coming out in September, October, and November, there is absolutely no possible way I can play them all. I have to pick and choose the bigger rewards, the bigger games, where it's more rewarding to the...
Oh my fucking god. That's a lovely fucking little slip of the fucking tongue there. The bigger rewards. The fucking what games are tipping best? What games coming out are going to tip in best for me to get as much money as possible from my audience, I wonder? Let's hear that one more fucking time.
To pick and choose the bigger rewards, the bigger games, where it's more rewarding to the audience because you feel like playing that immediately makes more sense than maybe putting it on the back burner to be played later. So we have to talk about that together and figure that out. Then, there'll be some Street Fighter 6 gameplay, and there'll be tier maker events where we're going to live rank things such as American Fair Cuisine and maybe more. I was thinking maybe we could do a Street Fighter character ranking tier maker that day as well. In addition, my wife will be making several American Fair recipes of food, which we will do taste tests. You know, call it a mukbang, call it a feasting with Phil, whatever you want to call it. But there'll be several of those over the course of the day as well. So that's going to be exciting. So lots of variety of stuff happening during DSP's DSP. So again, if you can be here this coming Sunday, please do. It'll be a marathon-style event, some fun stuff, drinking, and all kinds of fun stuff. Summertime antics here on DSP Gaming. All right, if you can join me, please be there. Then after that, for the rest of the week, it'll just be normal streaming balance between Final Fantasy 16 and Street Fighter on the main streams, and Zelda and Diablo on the late streams. Now, how many days am I here next week? I actually don't know. I have to talk to my wife about this because we haven't really figured it out. I don't know if next week my day off will be Wednesday or Thursday. I think I'm leaning towards Thursday. That way we'll have a 6-day streaming week. But I guess it depends on scheduling because my wife makes the schedule for our days off, not me. So I don't know what we have in store for next week's day off or anything until we get there. Now, the good news is there really is nothing crazy high priority in July. I think there's Pikmin 4 and there may be like one other game coming out in July that maybe I'm interested in. So we have the opportunity to take our time with these games that I'm playing right now and make these playthroughs worthwhile and not necessarily, oh my God, we got to rush through these playthroughs because guess what? There's new games coming out in July. It's actually not the case. So we'll take our time and we'll see. We'll talk more about this during the marathon on Sunday when we actually go through the schedule and figure out what's coming out when. All right. The next big event is going to be in late July. It's going to be my Machinima event, but I haven't thought of a name yet. We have to think of a good name for this event. Essentially what it is Machinima was a partnership company on YouTube that also did all kinds of crazy things. And it's hilarious because they were one of the most successful companies and they completely killed themselves and failed and went out of business. I was a partner with Machinima for over 6 years until they were starting to implode. And even I, left among the chaos.
You did not fucking leave of your own fucking volition. You fucking carried your way into fucking them telling you, you know what? Get out of here. Fuck off. They got rid of you. You didn't get rid of fucking Machinima. Machinima is toxic as they fucking are. Still fucking felt the need to fucking, most fucking, content creators are trying their best to escape Machinima, but Machinima fucking were pushed into escaping from you. That's how toxic you are, Phil. Also, of course, this is a definitely years ago story, because he's talking about 6 years ago. This is our first bingo of the goddamn game, hopefully the first of fucking many. Very strong card so far, doing quite fucking well. Absolutely a years ago story. You guys are absolutely spot on, and thank you for tagging me in the chat to fucking make sure I'm aware of it. I do appreciate it.
What was going on over there? I couldn't believe the change in attitude and things that were going on over there. And so a documentary has just come out by June the King about the rise and fall of Machinima, basically, how they basically killed themselves and imploded. And I like to watch and react to that, but also add a ton of my own experiences and supplemental info from the 6 years that I worked with Machinima. I've got emails saved. I've got merch and swag I can show you. I can talk about all these different stories and things all in one concentrated place. Because the thing is, I've definitely talked about Machinima in the past, but never in one concentrated place have I had a chance to focus my stories or whatever. So we can basically give the company kind of a big send-off. Just listen to this. Machinima's self-implosion mayhem of madness. The Machinima Meh stream, Machinima, the DSP stories, the Machinima giveaway, the Machinima massacre. That may be the Machinima massacre. Because, I mean, they're already dead, but I guess we're re-massacring the body. We're exhuming the body to massacre it again. Wow. I guess we got to think about this. Let's think about this over the next week or two. Think of a catchy name for it so we can start promoting it. But essentially, it'll be an all-day event. Yes, I'll react live to the June the King documentary, but I'm going to be adding in so many of my own stories and takes. I have stuff to show you. It's going to be a fun marathon-style day. And it's all React content from my React channel, DSP Reacts. It's the first long-form event I've done in several months, so this will be something special for July, okay? So, Canadian Kirk says it's like lightning striking Jason Voorhees' corpse. No, because Machinima is not reviving at all. It's not coming back, okay? So let's think about this. What should we call this event? Let's talk about it over the next few weeks and figure this out so we can start promoting it. But that's coming up also in July. And then after that, the next big event is actually going to be my big 15-year anniversary celebration. It will not just be one day or one event. It's actually going to be a series of things. Number one, a retrospective, where I will watch back content from my over 15 years as a content creator and react to it. Number two, a Project 7 viewing party. I'm going to watch the entirety of Project 7 from start to finish with some special bonuses. This time around, even though I've done this before in the past, this time around, it's all going to be focused just on Project 7, and I'm going to be able to add a lot more to it this time because now I've watched the Howard and John video where they basically slammed me for Project 7 last year and I already reacted to it. So now I can add all of that information to my react to the event and it's going to make us see it from a totally different perspective. So we're going to do that. In addition, there's going to be retro playthroughs where I'm going to go back and play a couple games from my early days as a YouTuber. Notably, I'm thinking...
Hold the fuck on. Why? Why, God? Why are you fucking going back to Project 7? Project 7, in the grand scheme of things, was a very small little fucking part of your fucking 15 years as a history as a content creator. It wasn't even something you put a whole lot of fucking effort into. Other fucking people were involved in fucking editing it and directing it and all that shit and fucking making it look good and fucking trying to... You're the one... It died because of you, Phil, arguably. It died because you were fucking too cheap to fucking pay people what they were fucking owed. Not much has fucking changed in 15 fucking years, eh? Let me rewind that again.
The Howard and John video where they basically slammed me for
Hold on, more. Hold on, 2 seconds.
my over 15 years as a content creator and react to it. Number two, a Project 7 viewing party. I'm going to watch the entirety of Project 7 from start to finish with some special bonuses. This time around, even though I've done this before in the past, this time around, it's all going to be focused just on Project 7, and I'm going to be able to add a lot more to it this time because now I've watched the Howard and John video where they basically slammed me for Project 7 last year and I already reacted to it. So now I can add all of that information to my react to the event and it's going to make us see it from a totally different perspective. So we're going to do that. In addition, there's going to be retro playthroughs where I'm going to go back and play a couple games from my early days as a YouTuber. Notably, I'm thinking Saints Row 2 might be one of the best ones to do, because I never actually did a full playthrough of that game. I'll be doing a tier list where I go back and I rank all those games that I said were either Game of the Year or runner-up for the last 10 plus years, and I'm now going to rank them in a modern setting and say which games did stand the test of time and basically which games didn't stand anything and they've suck now. So it's going to be all these special festivities coming up to celebrate my 15th anniversary as a content creator, and that's all coming probably in late August or very early September. So that's our next special event to start working towards, okay? Very nice. Machinimania? Machinimania. I wonder.
I'm pretty sure that's a double burp, and I've counted it as a double burp, but let me just fucking rewind it and confirm.
Machinimania.
Right here, so I think there's 2 burps here, right?
Machinimania.
One there,
Machin.
and then one right there before I said Machinimania a second time. I'm pretty certain this is a fucking double burp. Am I crazy, or is this a fucking double burp?
Very nice. Machinimania. Machinimania. I wonder. Hi, Jasper. Jasper just joined us.
I guess both can be right. I am crazy, but it is also double burp, so yeah, it's... they're both correct. I am crazy, and it's also double burp. Right, okay, it's been a... Hold on. Phil's been annoying me a wee bit, so let's just go to the autocam and see what they're doing. They're all fucking sleeping. I think there's like 3 in the hole. There's a couple over here, I think. Or 1 over here anyway. Not, I mean, to be honest, it's like, as cute as they are, it's not the most exciting autocam right now because they seem to be just fucking snoozing. Like, you know, it's like, this, I want to see otters being cute and they're just fucking being lazy bastards. Like, can we not like throw things at them like ice or something? Just to light them up and get them doing something. Fuck it. We'll come back to it later. We'll come back to it later. Hopefully we'll be fucking awake and be willing to fucking do stuff for our entertainment, as it should be.
Very good. All right. So that's the schedule. I hope that sounds good.
Was that dead air? Hold on. Let me just find that, just to make sure it wasn't dead air.
Jasper just joined us. Very good.
I'm counting that as dead air. That is absolutely a whole bunch of fucking dead air. You meant that was like 5 seconds at 1.25 speed. So really it's more like 6.5 seconds or 7, you know, it's, yeah. That is dead air. So I'm counting it and that's not a bingo. Onward we go with a fucking bingo.
All right. So that's the schedule. I hope that sounds good. Before we get to game news and shoutouts, quick reminder, guys. I make my living on crowdfunding.
Here comes the begment. Here comes the hardcore begging mode.
I don't have any sponsorships. I don't have any partnerships. I don't get paid to play games. All right. It's you guys enjoying my content, which is specifically for you. It's curated content for my audience. It's why my content could be considered a lot different from what a lot of other people do out there. And a lot of people are shocked I'm able to make a living doing this kind of content. Well, guess what? That's because of you. Because you guys crowdfund me and you allow me to do what I love for a living. And I thank you so much. I'm so grateful. If you would like to support today's streams, there's many ways you can do it. Number one, you can like the stream. With over 300 people on the stream, it'd be great to get 100 likes today. I have noticed recently likes have been dwindling on my streams. That's not cool. Just because I'm not mentioning it a lot doesn't mean that it's not important. It is. Engagement is key on YouTube. So please like the stream if you're having a good time. Let's try to hit 100 likes on every stream I do, including today's. Number two, super chats, super stickers, or also on the YouTube side of things, memberships and gifted memberships. These are ways that you can contribute to this stream through YouTube itself. This helps my business long term. Plus, with something like a gifted membership, you're also helping out the entirety of the community as a whole. It's not just about me, it's about everyone here having a great time and enjoying. So possibly consider gifting some memberships today to the community. It would be a great way to help, especially because sadly we did lose a bunch of memberships in the last week. It'd be great to get some of those back today. Okay?
Just realised his fucking target for fucking today is to gain 17 fucking members. What a greedy bastard, man. What happened to fucking trying to get like 5 new members per fucking day? That didn't fucking last long, did it?
In addition to that, there's tipping. And tipping is a great way to support the streams via PayPal. It goes directly, to me. And actually, I get the highest percentage of anything out of a tip, which is why I always recommend it. And we have tip rewards in place, such as gunner glasses or a hat or a vest you guys will vote on. We haven't hit certain milestones of tipping today. So thank you in advance to anyone who contributes. I will give you a shout out if you do contribute. When I'm playing Street Fighter, if we do get to play it online today, understand it's a little bit slower there. I don't get to always immediately shout you out, but I do my absolute best between the sets to do what I can, okay? So, thanks in advance for anything today, guys. I appreciate it. Now, without further ado, let's get to some of those shout-outs. So, Cyber Showdown did a super chat, first super chat of the day. It says the following. No matter how much I practice, I just get my ass kicked online. I played on and off, but the modern players constantly spam. I'm not sure how to defend. All I can say...
Apparently, Nordberg wants me to replay his face when he says tips. And so, hold on. Let's see. Apparently Phil's face is very funny when he said tips. And I might have missed it, so hold on. Let's see if we can catch Phil's face.
So possibly consider gifting some memberships today to the community. It would be a great way to help, especially because sadly we did lose a bunch of memberships in the last week. It'd be great to get some of those back today.
So apparently his face here is quite funny. I'm going to slow it down to normal speed for now. Let's see his face when he says tips.
Okay. In addition to that, there's tipping. And tipping is a great way to support the streams via PayPal. It goes directly, to me. And actually, I get the highest percentage.
It goes directly to me. To be fair though, I'm glad you got to relined. Because he said percentage, which is the same as percent, so I'm going to count off percent. So, I'm kind of glad I rewound because it means I caught percent. Jesus fucking Christ. I haven't seen a funny Phil face, but at least we got to fucking tick off percent.
Okay. In addition to that, there's tipping. And tipping is a great way to support the streams via PayPal. It goes directly, to me. And actually, I get the highest percentage of anything out of a tip, which is why I always recommend it. And we have tip rewards in place, such as gunner glasses or a hat or a vest you guys will vote on. We haven't hit certain milestones of tipping today. So thank you in advance to anyone who contributes. I will give you a shout out if you do contribute.
So basically, Phil was doing a weird tongue thing. Yeah, Phil has this fucking strange thing he does with his fucking tongue sometimes. It's kind of like, you ever watch a fucking, the Dark Knight Rises? Is it a second Joker? Is it, that fucking Batman trilogy where Heath Ledger was a fucking Joker? And that Heath Ledger Joker tick where he fucking kept licking the fucking side of his mouth. Phil's been doing that a whole fucking lot lately, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so, I don't know. It's just strange. Phil does it a whole lot.
When I'm playing Street Fighter, if we do get to play it online today, understand it's a little bit slower there. I don't get to always immediately shout you out, but I do my absolute best between the sets to do what I can, okay? So, thanks in advance for anything today, guys. I appreciate it. Now, without further ado, let's get to some of those shout-outs. So, Cyber Showdown did a super chat. First super chat of the day. It says the following. No matter how much I practice, I just get my ass kicked online. I played on and off, but the modern players constantly spam. I'm not sure how to defend. All I can say, all right, is it's about playing, but it's also about a little bit of studying. For me, I've actually had to study. I'm actually watching videos every night, trying to find viable strategies around stuff. You know what I mean?
Every night, every single fucking night. You could be spending time with your fucking wife. That's precious family time you're apparently fucking missing out on. You don't get enough of. But instead of fucking spending that time with your wife, you're like, okay, fuck that shit. I'm going to study up on fucking Street Fighter 6 because I fucking want to try and be a bit better at the game, which I'm apparently not fucking serious about.
I mean, and one of the hardest things you can do in a fighting game, in my opinion, is react properly to something someone's doing. It's not just about you have a game plan and you go in and you execute your game plan. It's about seeing what their game plan is and reacting to it. Because you could go in with, okay, I know for a fact that if I pick Ken, and if I do this mid-screen hit string of sticking out medium punch or this certain kick, it's safe, and I can keep going, and I can dash cancel, and I can keep this going, I get them in the corner, and now they can't get out, and I do this, and I win. That's perfectly fine, but that's a pattern. That's a pattern. That's, you know, they used to call it flowchart Ken. You have a pattern you've memorized, you execute the pattern, you win online. But the true good players are those that can react to what their opponent is doing and punish it when they're doing things that are completely unsafe. So, for example, your opponent may very well be someone who every time you're next to them mashes an overdrive dragon punch. So bait it. Don't attack. Walk forward and just stand there and do nothing. And wait for them to do it. And when they do it like an idiot, now you hit them back with a giant combo to punish their mistake. And that's how you're going to win online. It's not just about learning that one pattern and trying to execute that pattern ad nauseum. That's kind of, I hate to say it, that was what happened in Street Fighter V in its early days. It was kind of brain dead gameplay where no one was thinking. Everyone was just executing patterns. And that's why the game sucked at launch. You know, over the years, they fixed it. But the first 2-3 years of that game was terrible. So you got to get a new mindset. Yes, you should absolutely have in your mind patterns and or things you know to do in certain situations. But man, you got to wait. You have to sometimes just wait it out. See what your opponent's going to do. Look for their mistakes. Punish their mistakes. That's one of the harder things to do in a true competitive fighting game setting. That comes with experience. That comes with time. And honestly, that comes with nerves. Because 9 times out of 10, someone's going to do it and you're not expecting it. And if you have that opening, you need to be able to immediately say, here it is, recognize the opening, immediately execute your punish combo, whatever it could be, to make sure that they're getting punished for making a mistake. Because if you drop your punish attempt, then you're just telling them, hey, just keep doing the unsafe move over and over because I'm never going to be able to make sure you pay for making that mistake, you see? So it all comes with experience and time. It really does. You're going to have to play a lot more, likely, and it's all about observation, the power of observation as opposed to the power of execution. See? That's what I hear all the time. Like, I don't understand. I'm in training mode and I can execute this giant combo with my character, but I go online, I can never land it. Because you have the execution, but you don't know the observational skills to know when you can land it. It's a big difference, you see? So I would say don't get discouraged. You got, as I've said many times, you have to learn to be a good loser before you can be a winner. You have to learn how to take your licks and learn from every loss. Because
when are you going to fucking learn to be a good fucking loser, Phil? Still fucking waiting for you to be fucking magnanimous and fucking defeat here.
That's the key. When you're losing, analyze why you lost. If you can learn something from why you lost, then it wasn't a wasted match. Sometimes when I lose, I say, wow, I lost because I was outplayed, or like, okay, I dropped my input. Those are things that you can learn from. However, sometimes you don't. And I'll be honest, yeah, sometimes I feel like the game is just unbalanced, and there's these characters who are safe from mid-range, and there's not much you can do. I'm like, man, I didn't learn anything from that match. And I talk about that publicly too. But hopefully, you would learn more than you don't learn, and you can apply that to your game, and over time, you'll get better. The other thing to understand, and I'm just going to be honest here, is that competitive fighting games are not for everyone. They're not. And there may be people out there who've been trying to play Street Fighter 6 for 3.5 weeks, and they're just feeling discouraged. I'm not telling you to give up by any means, but maybe at some point you should reassess and say, is this really for me? Is this the kind of game that I actually want to learn and play? Or maybe it's not. Maybe you're a different kind of gamer altogether, and then maybe you won't understand it, and you don't like it, and that's fine too. Not every game is for everyone. Listen, I'm never going to be a big sports gamer. I am certainly never going to be a big racing gamer, and there's people who love racing games, and it's just not for me. I'm like, nah, I'll play Forza Horizon, but I'm not going to be playing Gran Turismo. I'm not going to be playing Forza Motorsport with the simming. I don't get it at all. I just don't find enjoyment in it. And if you're someone who's really been grinding it out and you don't feel like you're getting better at Street Fighter, then maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. Understand that. Don't feel discouraged. Don't feel down about yourself. Not everything's for everyone. There's tons of stuff out there to enjoy. You don't have to force yourself. You see? Hope that makes sense. Thank you, Cyber Showdown, for the super chat. Brad Bookster did a super chat. Thank you, Brad. Codeman1234434 did a super chat and says, arcade mode? Well, I mean, we could do arcade mode, but arcade mode is essentially just finding a bunch of AI and seeing like a 30-second blip of an ending. It doesn't seem to be like, since there is a full world tour mode, That seems more interesting to me. Taking my created character, fighting against people, leveling up. Like we just got Marisa's moves in World Tour. So it's cool now to be able to use those in combat, right? To fight these hordes and keep leveling up and exploring. I think World Tour mode would be way better than arcade mode. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The Villain re-upped his membership for 25 months and let's go. Thank you to The Villain for 25 months of support here on DSP Gaming. And Cyber Showdown did a follow-up super chat and said, thanks, you're the reason I'm a Street Fighter fan. I've been watching since 2010 while recovering from a military injury. Wow. Well, I'm glad to hear that somehow anything that I ever did on the internet helped you out in some way. Seriously, because here's the thing. I say this all the time, but it's worth reiterating. I'm one person sitting here in a chair, playing video games, having fun, and sharing those experiences to those of you who watch every single day, correct? But I'm just one man. I'm certainly not, when I'm making this content, thinking, gee, I'm making this content specifically for a person who needs this or needs that. I'm just making content for a general audience and hoping that it helps. And to hear these stories over the years that my content has helped you all in such a great way, to the fact that you not only watch, but you want to then, reciprocate and support and keep this going. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys changed my life over the years, man. You really did. Much for the better. When I started this thing, my life sucked. Now my life is so much better off because of you guys. So thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate everything you do for me, and I'll keep doing what I do for you. It's called reciprocation, right? All right. Let's continue. So now we get to the tip side of things to start. And I say to start.
There's a whole lot to fucking unpack there. It's like one of those things I was trying to fucking hold off from fucking pausing for the longest fucking time. Going back to fucking when he's like telling that guy, if you're not good at something, just fucking give up, because why the fuck bother? That is terrible fucking advice. If you enjoy playing a fucking video game, it doesn't matter how good at a fucking game you are. If you're getting enjoyment from playing the fucking game, whether you're good at a fucking game or not, you just play that game as much as you fucking want. You might not be the best fucking player in the fucking world, but for fuck's sake, if you enjoy the goddamn game, you fucking get the most out of that fucking game, and you've played that game as much as your wee heart desires. So what if you can't fucking beat every single fucking person? So what if you fucking usually fucking lose? If you're still having fun and still fucking enjoying the game, that is a primary fucking factor. Don't let fucking Phil tell you about if you can fucking play a game or not. Fucking hell. And also it's fucking Phil sniffing his own goddamn farts here, trying to fucking think his content's fucking meaningful again. Like, it's also, some Phil fans actually enjoy Phil and his content and his personality and mannerisms. As bizarre as that is to us, the simple truth of the matter is Phil actually has some genuine fans that like him and who he is and what he does. Which is bizarre to us, I know, but fair enough, you know what I mean? Even Phil is capable of fucking attracting that kind of person to his streams, you know what I mean? You know, so it is what it fucking is. A Phil and their money are easily parted. That is evidenced by Phil's own chat right now.
Because we may have quite a bit of tips here. We start off today with a $29.99 tip.
I wonder who from.
I'll give you 3 guesses who this is. No, I won't. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a tip from Game Tracker. Something that I should say, because I keep forgetting to mention this. We have a new animation.
Thank you very much, Black Mage, for super chat. He says, just give up. The art of Pixu. Yeah, like, fucking hell, Phil. Like, just. I cannot believe that he would highly encourages, alright, when things get tough for you, when life is difficult for you, just give up. It's not for you. Like, what sort of fucking advice is that to give anyone that fucking watches your content and actually fucking takes your advice seriously? Nothing worth having in life comes easily. Things in life usually don't come fucking that easily, especially if it's fucking worth having. It all takes fucking work, it takes effort, it takes determination, it takes fucking guts to fucking get there and get what you fucking want in life. If it's worth fucking having, you usually fucking have to work hard for it and grind at it. Whether it's a fucking video game, or whether it's some fucking job, or whether it's or anything in fucking life, for fuck's sake. When Phil's just telling his audience, if things get too hard, just give up. Fuck off.
Gentlemen, it's a tip from Game Tracker. Something that I should say, because I keep forgetting to mention this. We have a new animation. If you tip $30 or more, up to 50, okay, 50 is the cutoff where it goes to the next level. There's a new animation. It's a Diablo animation. We saw it last night on the Diablo stream, and people loved it. But it's only specifically for a $30 tip or up to like $49.99. So if you tip that, thanks. Now, Game Tracker, personally, he tips $29.99 because he likes the Street Fighter animation. That's why we're doing that, okay? But just so you know, yes, there is a new animation for a $30 tip. All right, so Game Tracker, let's get him on the leaderboard. Okay. And he says the following. A Blanca player has won the first Street Fighter 6 major. Yes, we just talked about that. Haven't seen the footage yet, but I'm planning to. You may want to as well. As with your own great performance with Blanca on Friday, I want to talk about him a bit here. Specifically, I have some tips regarding his level 1 super, which you almost never use. You're right, I almost never use it at all. It's completely invincible on startup. It can be used as a reversal in a pinch, such as during burnout. Also, you know that great anti-air juggle you keep doing? I'm pretty sure you can combo level 1 after the rainbow ball, just like the level 3 super. You tend to just let the opponent fall to the ground if you don't have super meter. Actually, you know what else you can do, which I found out and I'm going to implement this next time? You could do the slide. So it's what he's talking about is you do standing fierce kick.
Shut up,
if it hits or trades, it creates a juggle state, and now you have an anti-air. You can do two things. You can either do a Blanca ball, which is big damage if it hits, or you can do the backwards rolling ball, but only the meter burn version. It creates a juggle state. It's a 3-hit juggle that does big damage, and then after that, since they're juggled, you can now do whatever you want. You can do level 3 super, you can do level 1 super, or you can do fierce punch slide, which a lot of people were doing online when I was watching Blanca gameplay. So I need to implement that next time I play Blanca. That's basically, it's a dropped combo. I'm not finishing the combo and getting maximum damage output. So thanks for the suggestion. Level 1 super would be great, or the slide is also good. So, all right, speaking of juggling, if your opponent is being juggled by a jumping Blanca-chan in the corner, level 1 should also combo after that. Okay, that I didn't know. Lastly, here's something special I bet you didn't know. During the buff from level 2, so this is the super that gives you electricity buff, so all your Blanca balls do extra hits. Level 1 hits full screen. I didn't know that. Making for an easy fireball punish. I didn't know that. So if you do level 2 super, and you have the electricity on you, if they throw fireballs, you do level 1 super, it goes under, it hits them. I did not know that. What I did know is that if there's a Blanca-chan anywhere on the screen, it charges the Blanca-chan. So that makes sense, because if it's a full screen thing. Okay, see, he has a lot. Blanca has a ton of tools, man. Things I'm still learning, things I'm going to use. I'm absolutely going to use that stuff, for sure. Very cool. Thank you very much, Game Tracker. Now, continuing on, we got a $6 tip, and this one is from Game Tracker. So let's go ahead, play another animation for Game Tracker. Thank you. Gets us up to $36 in tips. And he says the following. Let's now talk about Chun-Li. I did warn you she's complicated. You know, considering that Gen, or Jen, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, was one of her old teachers, surprisingly appropriate she has a stance mechanic now. Anyway, regarding your play of her, basically the impression I got was that fundamentals carried a lot of it. You're right. In my opinion, you played her as a kind of a basic rushdown character with good buttons for checking at mid to close range. This combined with a proper reversal and reliable anti-air made for a character that felt kind of solidly functional. Certainly not a bad thing, but it's going to take practice to push her beyond that. You need to learn her ranges better to implement her proper footsies, and with her, she needs at high level. And of course, you'll need to practice her stance techniques. Right. My problem is, I know I can do basics. I was not doing any stance cancel combos at all, and every one of her good combos is a stance cancel. Her punish is like standing roundhouse into the low spinning medium kick into bird kick, and then whatever after, like you do super cancel or whatever after. Her best mid-range combos, like I said, even her dash cancels are like, you know, anything low medium kick or fierce punch, and the dash cancel, and it's jab, back fierce, stance cancel into the light, and then after the light you have this selection where you can walk forward,
the bad man
you do super,
stop.
you can cancel it to the spinning bird kick. You have all these options, and I don't have the execution for it. I would have to practice a ton to get the execution to do that, because that's pretty darn tough. It's strict timing and a ton of inputs back to back to back to get to execute. Okay. Let's continue. A 666 tip has come in. Guess what? From Game Tracker. That's right. Let's do a 666 tip. From Game Tracker. Why is he doing a 666 tip? We're about to find out. So he says, I'm doing this specific amount because I want to talk about a bug in Street Fighter 6. It's a strange one that benefits Lily, to her benefit, no less. It's not a huge benefit, but it's a thing. You know how you can only perform Condor Dive during a forward or neutral jump? That's right, that's what I found out. This holds true for Overdrive Condor Dive unless you're pressing down on the control stick, in which case you can perform it even when jumping back. It's simple. Hold down and press PPP and you get OD Condor Dive even during a back jump. It's a bug. It's definitely a bug. The in-game moves list doesn't mention it. Now you know to watch out for it when you're fighting Lily, and you can implement it yourself. Yes, and I actually can explain why, although some people have no idea what I'm talking about. It's a Kara cancel. Do you know what a Kara cancel is? You probably don't. I'll explain it briefly. Some of you might get it, some of you might not. Kara cancels originated in Street Fighter 3. What a Kara cancel is.
Who the fuck cares? Holy fucking shit. Who in the fuck cares? It is just mind-numbingly boring crap. No offense to people that like Street Fighter, no offense to people that actually don't mind hearing that kind of fucking talk. But fucking hell, Phil, look at your audience, cater to your fucking audience. You're boring the crap out of even fucking, never mind your own goddamn fans, right? I meant to fucking make fun of you if you're fucking so, oh my fucking god, it's so boring. I would rather watch just for the next fucking 5 minutes and go back to hearing about this fucking Kara cancel crap, whatever the fuck it's called. Did those two otters just push this third one away? I feel like those two nudged him away with their fucking feet. But he's trying to get back the way. He's trying to fucking get his way back there. But I feel like these wee bastards are fucking kicking him away. Let's see what happens again. But Jesus fucking Christ, Phil's boring the absolute bejesus at me. He really fucking is, man. Fuck me. I like how this one just like fucking zonked it up here. He's fucking just zonked out in the fucking rock. This one's like thinking about going in the rock because I'm fucking there now. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Right, anyway, fuck. I've calmed down a bit. The autos have calmed me down. They've done their job. Back to the bingo.
Is when you enter the input motion for one move.
Fuck off. No, I need more autos. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Like fucking 2 seconds, it's just Jesus fucking Christ, man. Honestly.
God, it's like you just use words you hear randomly to try and sound smarter.
Move. And so the game is giving you the properties of that move. But then, in the middle of the input motion for the move, you input a different input, and it cancels out the move you were doing, because the second move is faster than the first. And therefore, the move that you get ends up being different, but has the properties of the first. I know that sounds insane, but let me give you an example of it. In Street Fighter...
No. I'm going 1.75. I need to get through this crap. You know, I'm going to slow it down once he's finished with Street Fighter crap.
Ken has a lot of cool kicks that he does. One of his kicks is forward and medium kick, and he walks a full step forward and kicks straight forward. It's kind of useless in the game, honestly. You can't really do anything after it, but it covers a lot of distance. But through the technique of Kara canceling, what you can do is do the input for this kick and immediately cancel it into a throw. And what ends up happening is, as he begins to walk forward for the kick animation, all of a sudden the throw comes out. But he takes a whole step forward when doing it. So the throw usually would grab here, but instead he's moving forward and it grabs here. It's a completely different technique. They called it Kara throws in Street Fighter 3. But it's not just throws. You can do this with special moves and other things, but really throws are where it's the most effective, okay? So the reason that this works, so here's the thing with Lily. She has a move called Condor Dive. When you're in the air, if you press 2 punches together, she does a dive at an angle. She just interrupts her jumping, does a dive at an angle, and it's tricky because opponents might think, oh, she's jumping, I'm going to rush in, and they get hit right in the face. That's really how it's effective. Or another way to effectively use it, you land in front of the opponent, and they think you're going to do something, and you're waiting and you throw them, okay? But it only works if you're jumping forward or if you're jumping up. It doesn't work if you're jumping backward. For some reason, the move doesn't work, okay? They just didn't make it so that it works when she's jumping backward. I guess they felt it would be too powerful. Well, guess what? Lily has a move, it's called a command move. It means it's not just a button input, but a diagonal, like an angled button input. Like you have to press the joystick and a button, you see? She has this when it's down and fierce punch. It's when she starts spinning in midair. I actually use it all the time with Lily. It's really effective. Well, if you're jumping and you input that, but then you input the input for the overdrive condor dive, well, overdrive moves can be canceled out of other moves. So it's considering you're canceling the overdrive condor dive out of the down fierce punch. So it thinks you did 2 moves, even though you probably didn't. Even if you just press down 3 punches, it gives you the condor dive when you're jumping back, which it shouldn't. And they've tested this with other characters who have moves like this. For example, Chun-Li has midair command normals and other characters do. Doesn't work. It only works in this one particular case with Lily. So everyone assumes it's a game bug that will eventually be removed when they do rebalance the game, because it doesn't seem like it makes sense. But it's a good thing if you're jumping back, you can bait the opponent into trying to jump after you, and then you can nail them with the OD condor dive. So right now it's a viable strategy. Long term it might be removed, in which case she'll be weaker, but for now it actually is pretty effective. Okay, so hopefully that explanation made sense to you guys. We have one.
And now we can slow it back down to normal cast speed. I'm going to go 1.5. 1.5. Hopefully we're finished with a goddamn Street Fighter talk.
One more tip to shout out, alright? It is a $5 tip. And it's from Game Tracker. So
No, I'm going 2 times speed. I'm going 2 times speed. I'm not having it.
Now, every single tip of the stream has come from Game Tracker. Guys, if you like the content and you support it, please consider supporting the stream in some way today. It doesn't have to be a tip, but just throwing that out there. I mean, we're really close to the Gunner Glasses goal already. So please consider contributing to the stream in some way. Alright, so Game Tracker says, one more bonus tip. Would you know that almost every character in Street Fighter 6 has the same amount of health? There are only 3 exceptions. Marisa and Honda have 5% extra. Zangief has 10% extra. So that's interesting, because usually in Street Fighter games, there are big discrepancies. For example, Ibuki and Akuma always seem to have the least amount of health in Street Fighter games, while tank-like characters do seem to have more. So that's interesting. I did not know there's only 3 characters that are a little different. Cool. Good to know, right? Alright, so
Okay, now we can fucking go back to normal speed. The Street Fighter talk is finished. Every single tip was from one person, Game Tucker. So, here we go. Hopefully no more Street Fighter boring nonsense. Back to just normal bingo, fingers crossed.
Thank you, Game Tracker, for all those tips and all that support. Thank you to those who also did super chats. No memberships as of yet today. Alright. Some brief game news stories. I have just a couple to talk about, and then we're going to get to, I guess...
Thank you very much, David, for a super chat. It says, Phil saw mansplaining and decided, hold my beer. Let me Philsplain to you, alright? Okay? Fuck me, yeah. Phil taking 20 fucking minutes to fucking explain something that'll take like fucking 3 for normal people. It just fucking melts your fucking brain.
Alright. some brief game news stories. I have just a couple to talk about, and then we're going to get to, I guess, open Q&A. So, first game news story. Alan Wake 2 will not have any physical disc copies at all. It is the first actual major game being released to the mainstream public that's considered almost a AAA game that will not have a physical disc. It will only be digital codes. That's it. And when asked, why is that? Remedy Games responded with the following. It's going to give them more time to polish the game. Here's their direct quote. Like a significant amount of weeks, actually, because otherwise the game that goes on the disc obviously has to be playable without a patch. So in their mind, they don't have to rush out, essentially, a version that they know is not perfectly polished. By only doing digital. Day one, you will get the best version, and it doesn't have to be a playable version on the disc at all. You know, it's just going to be the best version of the game because you downloaded the whole thing. To which I said to everyone, hey, guess what? This makes sense. This is the future. I keep telling people, in the future, there will not be physical game boxes or copies. Everything will be digital. I don't know why people don't believe me. People are like, no, there must be collections. There must be this. Like, yeah, if you buy the collector's edition that comes with a bunch of extra swag and you pay more money for it, then you'll get a physical version. But I'm telling you, the wave of the future is they're going to phase out these physical copies. They're not going to want to do them anymore. Do you have any idea the production cost to manufacture those game boxes, the game art, and the disc themselves that are completely worthless outside of collection purposes? It's an insane amount of money invested. And in addition, what you get on the disc is in the game anyway. They have to patch it day one anyway to make it playable. So why do you care? It's just one of these nostalgia things. You know what I mean? All right, the other news story I have today is that there's a little project being worked on called Sky Oblivion. What this is they're attempting to...
Oh, fuck off. Don't you fucking dare even tease. Oh, fuck, I think I read that accidentally. Hold on.
The story I have today is that there's a little project being worked on called Sky Oblivion.
Okay. Don't even dare try and fucking suggest you're going to fucking play this goddamn fucking project. I'm going 1.5. My hand's been forced. I'm going 1.5 because Phil is boring ever living shite at me today.
What this is they're attempting to mod Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion to be playable in the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim engine. They want it to look modernized, and already they've shown gameplay clips and scenes, and they look really good. You know, that final scene where you're the giant invasion of the Daedra demon or whatever it is that's storming the capital city or whatever. It's pretty impressive looking. So the update is the following. Ready? The modders behind Sky Oblivion are saying it's on track to be launched sometime in 2025, which is hilarious because this is going to be long before Elder Scrolls 6, which is now rumored to still take 5 more years to release. That would mean a 17-year wait for Elder Scrolls 6. Jasper. Did you hear him? He meow. Jasper Kitty. What's going on, Jasper? Come up here, buddy. Jasper Kitty. Now he won't talk. Jasper Kitty. Say something. He won't talk when he's on my lap. He talked when he was on the ground. Did you hear the meow? Probably not. He was, just on the ground. I want Jasper to talk to you guys, but he won't. Why are you clam up when you come up here? Hmm? Ah, look at this. Look at this. What a nutty cat. I love this guy. Oh, my goodness. You did hear it faintly? You were able to hear the meow very faintly? I wish he would meow when he's on my lap. He never does. Jasper Kitty. He won't do it. He won't do it. Anyway. All right. That's all I got for game news. Very basic game news today. Nothing special. So what I would say is I will now open up the pre-stream / podcast to...
Thank you very much to Black Mage for a super chat. It says, when does the funny happen? That's a good thing. It doesn't. This is a fucking Phil Burnell dream. Funny does not fucking exist. It's him was boring the crap out of you until you fucking give him money to get him to shut the fuck up. Right, here we go. Let's just fucking enjoy the otters again. Some are zooming about. There's one right hand side. One just gone into the hole there. There's actually a couple. Is it? No, it's just one. It's one in the hole. These two are still chilling by the side of the rock. There's one on the far right side as well. Just chilling all by his lonesome. But, yeah. This is Ottercam, and, oh, here we go. Not making a move. They definitely seem far more confident in water compared to on land. You see them get on fucking land, and they look like they're fucking flopping about the land, like they're fucking struggling to walk. They're just far used to water compared to being on land. They can just flop themselves about on the fucking rock. I like how the other otter just kind of fucking came and kept this one company because he got abandoned in the water. So Toastman's asking, can we have otters full screen with Phil in the corner? I wish we could, but I don't really know how to do it. Like, you can't have like two feeds at the same time showing. The only way I could fucking do that, in theory, would be to capture like screen. I'd have to capture the, not the window, but I don't know. There's no easy way for me to do it. Essentially, there's no easy way for me to do it. Sadly, I'm looking into it to try and capture two YouTube feeds at the same time and show it in OBS. But apparently, it's not really. I'm not found an easy way to do it anyway. So I sometimes keep going back and forth to essentially. I don't know, but I've looked into it a wee bit and I couldn't really figure it out yet.
News. Very basic game news today, nothing special. So what I would say is I will now open up the pre-stream / podcast to Q&A. If you guys would like to tag me in the chat, I'll answer your questions live. And of course, if any contributions come in, I will shout them out live as well. Happy Monday to you, Mango. Jade says, who am I going to play today? If we can play online, I want to play with Zengi first and maybe switch to Lily. That's who I want to play with today. But that's only if we can play online because we might not be able to because the crossplay seems to be broken. Okay? Brad just did a super chat. And he says, oh, actually, Brad, did I miss your super chat earlier? I did. Brad had done a super chat earlier. How did I miss that one? Hold on. I somehow missed it. I apologize, Brad. So earlier, Brad said, I think you will have more success with Blanca playing slow and forcing burnout as a win condition. He has a great specials for inflicting chip kills. I mean, you're right. His specials do giant chunks of chip damage. And actually, his Fierce Punch Blanca Ball also takes a giant chunk out of the block meter, drive meter, correct? So Brad did a second super chat, and I'm sorry I missed your first. He says, your Blanca will skyrocket to master if you play slow and consciously pushing the opponent to burnout. His chip is a threat, especially with level 2. Yeah, with level 2, you can do the Blanca Ball and it hits more. So it's big chunks of chip damage, right? Over and over when you have the level 2 super. Cool. Thank you for that, Brad. And again, my apologies that I missed earlier. I don't know how I missed your super chat earlier. It was staring me right in the face. I guess I'm just stupid. Okay. Thank you to Brad for those 2 super chats. Tunji, I have no thoughts on Counter-Strike 2 coming out. I haven't really followed it. I did play Counter-Strike back in the day in the early 2000s. I had a friend who was heavily into it, and so I got into it for a little while when I was a PC gamer. I actually liked the game a lot, but I haven't played it in a million years, so I have no comments. Jay says Starfield will be the first with no disc. It comes out before Alan Wake 2. That is a rumor. It is not confirmed that Starfield will not have a game disc, okay? It was what happened was they never talked about it before, and in fact, certain different like press and PR things they put out had stated there was a game disc. But then someone on Bethesda support was talking with Bethesda support, and a Bethesda support forum answer said something like, oh, there's no physical disc, but then support removed their answer. So chances are it's either misinformation or maybe it is true, but we just don't know yet. It's confusion right now. No one actually has a concrete answer on if Starfield is going to have a disc or not. Excuse me. Luthace asks, any tips for a new Street Fighter player? First time using a fighting stick, is Modern or Classic control better? Again, I can't really answer those questions because I haven't played Modern. From what I understand, with some characters, Modern's good. Like I would think with Lily, Modern would be fine because she doesn't have complex combos. Lily, literally, her strategy is charge her wind move, right? Get to a mid-range, try to counter hit. Once you counter hit, it's basically a mix-up. You can dash cancel in and either throw or do her Condor Rush move or do a hit string. You know, or just, you know, get solid anti-airs. It's like very basic gameplay, but it's successful gameplay. It makes her decent. I don't think you need anything complex for her. But if you're talking about someone who's constantly doing dash cancels and elaborate combos, then you're going to need classic controls. So it depends on the character, really. The more simplified characters probably can get away with modern controls and not lose much. But I personally have not used modern controls. I can't attest to them. You know, I will maybe eventually give them a shot, but for now, I'm trying to enjoy the game as it is, and I don't really get to play enough to dabble as much as other people. So I'm doing, you know, what I can with the time I have, and you know, overall, I am having a good time with it. But all right, cool. I got a tip, by the way. Hold on. So I got a $1.30 tip. Someone's complaining. Why am I not playing Zelda on my main streams all week long? That way I will absolutely ensure that I beat the game right away. And therefore, I'm basically hurting myself. I want you... What the heck? How would everyone on this stream feel if I played Zelda all week long on the day stream? How would you feel? Let's hear some feedback here. How would you guys...
I mean, it gets out of the fucking way. You don't have to fucking bitch and whine and moan about it anymore. So why the fuck not?
feel if I did that all week? If everything else became a night stream, but it was Zelda every day on the day stream. What do you think? Here we go. Boo. Play Street Fighter 6. I would feel awful. Face palm. I want Street Fighter 6 today. See? One person said I'd be okay with it. Hobo X said I'd be okay with it. Olivia says if you balance it with Final Fantasy. They didn't say that. They said play it all the time to beat it. So they say, see what I'm saying? Here's the thing. When you are a variety streamer like me, you're a jack of all trades, but you're a master of none. But what happens is people come to your streams for everything you're doing, and then if you're not constantly playing that one thing that they like, then they can be upset. And that I understand, and that I respect, and that I appreciate your enthusiasm, $1.30 anonymous tipper. However, no, I'm not going to drop everything because I'm in the home stretch of Zelda to try to beat it in 1 week. I'm going to keep playing everything at the pace I am and balancing well and doing what I'm doing. It doesn't make sense to do what you're saying. Everyone else would be upset then. You see? Okay. All right. Let's continue, guys. Again, please tag me in the chat if you have something you'd like to talk about today. Did I ever ride in a minecart? No, I've never even seen a minecart in real life. I don't know how I even possibly would. Brad says, with modern fighting games, do you think you've rewarded your Super Turbo fundamentals the most? Oh, which modern fighting games rewarded my Super Turbo fundamentals the most? Any Street Fighter game. For example, my basic gameplay with Blanca, with the hops and the tricks, with the rolls and the throws, that's all Super Turbo. That's exactly, it's played just like Super Turbo. It's when it gets to the more advanced things like the combos, the dash cancels, the drive impact, the anti-air punishes, but those hopping around and throw mix-ups and rolling and stopping and doing a combo or stopping and throwing, that's all Super Turbo fundamentals right there. To this day, I mean, it's crazy how a game that came out in the early 1990s to this day is pertinent. As opposed to how many other games can you say from the early 1990s are very pertinent, right? Not many. Like, even when you say, well, Zelda Link to the Past is an incredibly good game, but it doesn't even apply to Tears of the Kingdom. Name one game thing from Zelda Link to the Past that's in Tears of the Kingdom. They've changed the entire thing. But in Street Fighter, fundamentals still are important. They're not everything. You can't just win with fundamentals anymore. But you get a good head start, that's for sure. I don't know what Kung Fu Raider is, Juan. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen a fight in a Waffle House. No, I have not. Rugal says, what happened to the crossplay? I don't know. Street Fighter account posted up this morning saying it doesn't work and disable it. And I'm like, well, how am I going to play then? No one owns this game on Xbox. I bought the game on Xbox under the impression, because I was promised crossplay. And now they're telling crossplay broke, so disable crossplay. Well, how the fuck am I going to find anyone when no one bought it on Xbox, right? We're going to try. We're going to try and see what happens, but I'm not feeling too positive about it. We may have to do World Tour mode today. Do I file my nails to make them smooth and less sharp? No. The only time I would file my nails is if I have like a really bad catch in it and it just keeps catching on shit, or it's, you know, someone scratching me, then I would file it down. But for the most part, I'll just cut them. Big Papa Phil says try ranking casual as a last resort. I mean, it's not going to matter. If the crossplay is disabled, it's disabled. But I understand what you're saying. If I can't get ranked, at least try some casual play. And I will do that. I want to play online today, no matter what, but I don't know what's going to happen. Yes, I've had Chipotle before, but only like once or twice. No, I did not see the Mortal Kombat movie from a couple years ago. Maybe I will eventually because I have Max. Then again, it might be being removed from Max soon, so I don't even know. Anon says, I'm playing on Xbox all morning and ranked, no issues. Are you doing crossplay or not? Brad says, I started fighting games with Street Fighter 4 and Marvel 3. I went on to Street Fighter 5 and Dragon Ball Fighters. It's so awesome getting to pick an old school player's brain on fighting game. Well, fighting game theory. Pick away. I have always been open to sharing my knowledge. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I'm not going to tell you anything because that's like tech and I need to know that for my game. I don't give two shits. I hope everyone out there enjoys fighting games and does well. I hope you all go out there and win tournaments because I'm not in that game anymore. I don't care, right? Why give a shit? So any questions you got about fighting games, pick my brain, go right ahead. Am I playing the new Lords of the Fallen? I don't know. We're not answering questions like that because on Sunday, we're doing the digital summer party. We're going through the game schedules and we're going to talk about all this live together on Sunday and figure those answers out. You don't have to ask me now. We're going to do this on Sunday, okay? Anzo Kamaru says Final Fantasy 16 mix-ups and combat variety is wild. I hope you're not just mashing square and triangle. No, I'm doing combos. You've seen. I'm doing the combos. And now that I have 2 abilities to try to alternate between, but I think when you have like 3 abilities, then it's going to be smooth because you're always going to have abilities charged to use, right? You probably like dash in with the flame dash, couple hits, special move, switch over to the wind, do a counter wind hit, multi-hit move, pull yourself towards them, stagger them, pull yourself, pull them down, go to your third element, blast them with that, special move back to the flame, use your second flame move, now your first flame move charged again. That's going to be cool, endless cycling, right? So it's going to be pretty neat, I feel, once we get everything unlocked, and we're getting there slowly. No, I've never seen Kung Fu Panda's Legend of Awesomeness. Jackson, I have no idea if I got your email. That's way too unspecific. When am I going to upgrade my PC? I have no idea. Charles says, are you a big fan of Injustice? I like the games. When do you think there'll be another game in the series? I don't know. I hope they do make another one because I like the series, but I don't know. Right now, their focus seems like Mortal Kombat very heavily. Maybe they're down on DC because DC hasn't been doing so well in the box office. Mario, it's different for everyone. He says, what would you recommend for people trying to get into the fighting game community? Tournament community, how many hours to practice and matches? It's not just about, let me put it this way, it's not just about playing online. If you're going to play in tournaments, you have to go to offline locals, whether it's a tournament or just a get-together, and you need to play the game offline. I'm telling you right now, it is very different playing the game offline in person versus online on the internet. It feels different, it's a different atmosphere, there's more pressure in person, there's less delay in the controls, so you have less time to react. Like I'm telling you, it's a very different animal. You must do that. Do not play online exclusively and expect you're going to go to an in-person tournament and dominate. A lot of people do that and they choke big time and they can't play at all. All right, so that's my recommendation. You must put in the time. It's not only just playing online. You got to play offline against local people. You got to go to events. You got to do as much as you can. It's a lot of effort. I'm not going to a Street Fighter tournament. Nothing. People are saying, what would it take for you to go to a Street Fighter tournament? I think you do well with Blanca. I'm not going. There's nothing that would get me there. You understand? Like, I have a life. Already, I stream 6 days a week full time. I don't have time to take a day off from streaming to go to a Street Fighter tournament. What's the point? I'm not getting any content out of it. I'm literally losing money that I need to run my life and business going to a Street Fighter tournament. You understand that? Even if I win, who cares? It doesn't matter. It's it's never going to happen. I'm not into competitive Street Fighter. There's nothing that would get me to go. Like literally nothing. No Trigger, I've never heard of that. I haven't lived in Bridgeport for almost 10 years. I don't know what brewery you're talking about. I've seen large spiders, but I've never seen a giant spider. What's my least favorite kind of world in a 2D Mario game? Sky World, where you can instantly fall and die to your doom. Because at least if you're on the ground, you get hit and still survive a second hit. But if you're in the air and you slip and you trip and you die, and you take a dip, it's over, bro. You're back to the checkpoint, and that's not good. No, we have not seen ants in months. The ants were very early this year. I want to say late March, early April. But we put some traps outside, out back. And since then, we haven't seen them. I think what ends up happening is our landscapers do like a thorough once-over of everyone's yard around early spring to mid-spring. When they do that, they rustle all the ants up anyway, and then they're gone. So we haven't seen an ant in months, which is good. What made Blanca my favorite character in the Street Fighter universe? His originality. Everyone else is just a fighter from a different nationality, while Blanca is just a unique character. He's a freaking beast man, right? He's colorful, he's interesting, his fighting style is completely different from everybody else. Forgotten Nintendo, I was here on Father's Day streaming, so do you think I did anything special? What a dumb question. I mean, watch what I did on the day. Favorite place I've ever vacationed? I've barely ever vacationed. Like, on my one hand, I could probably pick where I vacation. Florida, California, Chicago. I guess you could technically say that when I went to Philadelphia for a few days, that was a vacation, although it really wasn't. It was more just like a little bit of tourism. Most of the travel I did was for competitive Street Fighter and wouldn't be considered a vacation. Like, I've been to Vegas, Las Vegas, 3+ times, and not once have I seen the Strip, because the entire time I was there, I sat in a hotel playing Street Fighter like a moron. Now I regret it. I'm like, dude, why didn't I treat those trips like vacations and take in the sights? And I kick myself. Now that I'm older, saying, what a moron, because I don't know if I'll ever have opportunity again in my life to go to those places, and I was there and I didn't experience them because I was so tunnel vision about stupid-ass competitive Street Fighter at that time. I was a dunce. Jasper is good. Jasper currently is, I'm not kidding, laying in the bread position where he looks like a loaf of bread between my two consoles. He's laying between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X right now. I don't know why, but he's laying directly between them. He's never done that before. I guess he found a comfy spot. I mean, it's fine. The air vents on the Xbox Series X go up, so he's actually not blocking any air vents. My opinion on the Judgment series, which seems to have been forgotten with Like a Dragon sequels, it's not forgotten. The Judgment got into legal problems. It was something to do with the main actor and his agency and the way his character was going to be portrayed in the various versions of the game and stuff like that. But I guess they hashed it out finally. So now if they want, they can make a new one. But it went on hold for a while legally while they hashed that out. They worked on Like a Dragon.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for Black Mage for the super chat. He says, only this regarded motherfucker needs a special event to say whether or not he's going to play a damn game. I hope he wakes up with ants everywhere. Considering how brutal you are sometimes, Black Mage, that's actually quite a mild thing to desire to happen to Phil, so I'm glad you dialed it back a bit more than usual regarding what you wanted to happen to Phil. But yeah, Phil is just, it's just fucking ridiculous, it really is. And it's like, he seems inept as well, like what, the landscapers came by and somehow magically flushed all the ants away. It's like, no, that's not really how that fucking works either, you know, like they fucking, you can fucking disrupt all, see your fucking, you know, ants and their fucking antholes or not shit, but no, it doesn't mean they're fucking gone. They'll still definitely be fucking around. And before too long, they'll probably be fucking back again to fucking, you know, fuck your shit up, Phil. So, people are trying to guess why Jasper is lying in between the two consoles. I imagine the consoles are still on. Phil never turns this fucking shit off. The consoles are going to be on, and because of that, they're probably going to fucking be nice and cozy. As well, a wee bit of warmth because they're fucking running the whole fucking time. So I imagine that there's a source of warmth for them lying there. Heat on either side of them.
Stuff like that, but I guess they hashed it out finally. So now if they want, they can make a new one, but it went on hold for a while legally while they hashed that out. They worked on Like a Dragon. So now you might see more Judgment games being made in the future, but I like the games. I like that they're a different plotline. It's not just about, you know, the Yakuza stuff going on. It's like a murder mystery or other mysteries going on. It's kind of fun. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner. It's 82 degrees in here now. My legs are starting to sweat, so I think it's time to do it. Sucks because the rest of the house doesn't have them on. I would like to not have to turn them on, but I think I might have to turn them on now, at least on low. So let me do that quick. Let me just go turn on the other two air conditioners on low setting so that the house will cool down.
And away goes the Zelda Jammies.
There's on low setting so that the house will cool down.
There they are. The Zelda Jammies are still being worn. I don't think he's taken that fucking Zelda Jammies off in the last like 4 days. He never seems to stop wearing the Zelda Jammies. Thank you very much, Black Mage, for his super chat. He says, I imagined the ants in his food and him eating them. That is a horrible mental image. Thank you, Black Mage. Anyway, Phil's also just fucking off now, which is actually just fast forward. Well, actually it wasn't long. I thought it was way longer than that.
Okay. So I turned them on the lower setting, meaning they'll only turn on when it's like 75 degrees. Then they'll turn on. So I didn't put on like max blast or anything. I just want to have a nice cooler ambient temperature in here. Because like I said, the office was like 82. I'm like, ugh, I'm starting to sweat. Not good.
Well, Prophet has given us all a very important update. Prophet says, I wear boxes around the house and I sleep naked. Just thought you should know. Yeah, bald pervert.
Red Gamer says, any tips on dealing with picky cats? Mine will only eat wet food, but nothing's wrong with her medically. Some cats are just really picky, like Jasper. Alright, will not eat wet food at all. He refuses. If we give him a treat that has some wetness to it, he'll lick the broth and or the wet portion of the treat and leave the rest behind. So if you give him wet food with chunks, he leaves the chunks and just drinks the wet stuff. So we have to balance his diet. We give him a certain dry food with a high protein that he really likes, so that way he gets the protein, he's not eating the wet food, and then once a day he gets a wet treat and he gets his, moisture from there. It's tricky. Some cats can be picky. I used to talk to your vet, see if they have a recommendation on what to do to substitute, because they need moisture. And if they're not drinking actively enough, they're gonna need that moisture for something else, Phew. Why would you give your cat peanut butter for a snack? Cats don't eat peanut butter. They're not supposed to. Just like cats and cheese. That's what gets me. You go to like the cat section of a pet store, and you start walking through the aisles and be like, high in protein, right? High in the things they need. Oh, that's good. Then there'll be like one, cheese and carrots. You're like, fucking cats don't eat cheese and carrots. They don't need it. In their diet, it's completely superfluous. Why would you feed them cheese and carrots? Like, why are they even making cat food with that in it? It's dumb as shit. But humans think, oh, I like cheese and carrots. I'll give it to my cat. No, you don't give your cat the things you like. You give the cat the things it's supposed to eat. Then it's healthy.
I would trust the fucking manufacturers of the fucking products more than you, Phil.
You see? Should Street Fighter 6 get Balrog or Dudley first? Balrog. Did I ever play Wario World? I played one of the Wario World games on Game Boy many, many years ago. I couldn't tell you which one. I didn't own it. I think I played it in like a store demo. And I had a WarioWare game once, many years ago, at the early days of the original Nintendo DS. WarioWare was like a fad then. And I played WarioWare and really liked it because it was like a bunch of mini games. I never played anything like that before. But I haven't played a Wario game since then. B-Boy Cyclone, I believe I've said in the past that the Cell Saga, Android/Cell Saga, was my favorite Dragon Ball saga because it had twists and turns in the plot. Whatever you thought, you knew exactly what was going on. Then a new villain would emerge or a new thing would be jumping in your face. You're like, oh, I didn't expect that was going to happen, right? No, I did not play Zelda Minish Cap. No. Stepmania? No, I don't think I ever played Stepmania. I played Dance Dance Revolution, and what was the other one that was the big one in arcades? I can't remember what it was called. It was the direct competitor to Dance Dance at the time. But I can't remember the exact name of it. Bust a Groove or something like that? I can't remember. But I played 2 of them. Why would I smoke catnip? If you ask me a dumb question like that again, I'm just going to time you out. What a dumb question. Yeah, I just constantly smoke things. Anything. Just roll it, smoke it. Doesn't matter what it is. Just coke that shit, right? Like, what are you speaking of? So silly. Thoughts on the final Sega console, the Dreamcast? It was absolutely ahead of its time and amazing, but sadly, it was not to be because of piracy. Piracy became prominent at that time and absolutely destroyed the console. I didn't know a single person who owned more than like 2 real Dreamcast games, including me. I had Sonic Adventure, and I had 2 or 3. Man, I can't remember what the other ones were.
Are you about to fucking admit to fucking pirating games, Phil?
Because I remember having the cases. Because I didn't have American Marvel 2. I had Japanese ripped Marvel 2.
Yep. Phil Barnell, you criminal, you hooligan, you hoodlum. No wonder you couldn't get into an Ivy League school. You're a fucking thief.
Oh, Marvel 1. I had Marvel vs. Capcom 1. I had Sonic Adventure. And I think I had one more. And then outside of that, literally every game could be stolen right offline. It was horrible how pirated that console was. So no one bought games for it, and the thing failed within a year. Would I consider going back to Honda again? Yes, I would. If I go back to Honda, I got to completely learn good stuff. I have to watch people playing him. Because when I played him, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just flubbing around. And now my Honda's just sitting in Diamond somewhere, unplayed, right? And it's like, dude, I know that my Honda's not Diamond. My Honda's going to dip right away. Because I'm going to lose every match. Carlos says, from what people are saying, Lily is the weakest character. From the looks of it, Daigo became a Ken fanboy and is only playing him. First of all, with Lily, I would probably agree. She's incredibly basic. She doesn't have advanced combos like anybody else. She's reliant on mix-ups and or tricking the opponent into not getting out of what she does, but some people can guess well. And she just doesn't seem to have the tools others have to get
Okay,
out.
what the fuck? No, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold the absolute fuck on. Look at his arm. Look what he's doing with his arm here. I need to fucking slow his shit down. What the hell was he doing with his arm there? Anyone, please explain the shit.
Can guess well. And she just doesn't seem to have the tools others have to get.
What the fuck was that? I'm just trying to understand what the hell he's doing. Why do that on camera in full view of people? Was he not aware that his fucking arm was visible? Maybe he thinks he's fucking out of frame. And didn't fucking check or something. But what in the hell was that? But Jesus, okay, back to... Well, first of all, back to 1.5 speed. And back to normal bingo. We are one burp away from a free space. 100 likes as well, members, another free space. We might need these free spaces today for bingo. Sadly, the greens have all slowed down. I've not had a wee thing ticked off for a while. But hopefully we can finish strong.
She just doesn't seem to have the tools others have to get out of situations. So I do believe that she's probably low tier. As for Daigo playing Ken, are you surprised? Ken has something for every situation. Like, for example...
Thank you very much for Black Metro Super Chat. It says the Dreamcast failed because the PlayStation 2 kicked the shit out of it as a game console and cheap DVD player. Also, now that it's dead, it's a great retro system due to burned discs. I mean, yeah, it's very fucking plausible. The PlayStation 2 was massive. You know what I mean? That was like one of the best selling consoles of all goddamn time. I had a PlayStation 2, everyone had a PlayStation. I mean, PlayStation 2s are so hard to get. When it first came out, everyone wanted one, including me. And I remember, it's a weird random fucking story, but I still remember my old man, my dad fucking went and looked for it forever. You know, like, they went to all these different fucking shops and are trying to find these fucking PlayStation 2s, and they're all sold out every fucking where. And the very final shop they was planning to fucking go to, they managed to fucking find like one of the last ones in the fucking store, and managed to fucking get it. So that was my Christmas sorted. But I was like, wow, those kind of things, like, one of those kind of nice wee stories, you know. It's like, oh, fucking spent forever trying to get it for Christmas when I was like younger. But it's like, yeah, the PlayStation 2 is such an amazing console for sure. And when it first came out, and yeah, the Dreamcast. I mean, I was a big... I like Sega, you know, I had the Sega Mega Drive, so I was all for trying to, you know, and I thought about Dreamcast as well. The Dreamcast was what was on my mind as a potential upgrade from, you know, the taking that move on, but I went ignored it. I went PlayStation, so I had Sega Mega Drive, and then after that I went PlayStation 1, brilliant console as well. And then after that, of course, I kind of thought, yeah, well, the PlayStation 1 worked out quite well, the PlayStation 2 will be even better. And that was the Dreamcast was just... Yeah, the Dreamcast had potential and had a couple of games, but at the end of the fucking day, it just couldn't cope. It couldn't live with the PlayStation 2.
You believe that she's probably low tier. As for Daigo playing Ken, are you surprised? Ken has something for every situation. Like, for example, I was watching this video. I guess he entered an online Japan-only tournament, and he won it. And in the match, it was like a finals match against the Dalsim. And he had like 10% health, and the Dalsim had like 90. So what did he do? He walked forward and pressed medium punch. The medium punch counter hit. He dash canceled for a 60% combo. Then he did the safe floaty kick, which I don't even know what it is in this game, but a safe floaty kick. Then he pressed kick again. Kick combo. He dash cancel combo. Won the whole match. So 2 hits, won him the entire match. That's Ken. That's literally Ken. And he didn't even risk it. He was just throwing out a medium. He didn't counter hit. He was like, I'll throw it out. And it hit. Oh, okay, guaranteed win. He's an easy mode character, you know. It's bullshit. I don't know why they made him like that. You know, everyone else is working, and he's like cruising. Right?
Phil looks bored of his own fucking content and his own audience right now.
What would I consider the best anti-air attack in Street Fighter 6? It has to be something that has true invincibility. Anything that has true invincibility is a great anti-air attack. There's certain characters who have perfect wake-ups in the game that are considered, you know, perfect anti-airs. However, sadly, some of them don't go the right angle either, you know. Honestly, my favorite anti-air is Blanca's standing heavy kick because it either outright beats or trades with most aerial moves, even special moves. And when it does, Blanca has a juggle state, and now he can juggle you after the fact. So it's like guaranteed damage. It's risk and reward almost always solely in his favor. So that's my favorite anti-air right now. Do I think Jury is the best character? I don't know. Brad did the super chat says World Tour is okay. It should have reused the Breath of the Wild map. There we go. Why didn't they reuse the Breath of the Wild map for every game? That should be the new trend following suit. Every game just starts with the Breath of the Wild map and then just tweaks it to be its own game. There you go. I agree with you. I played all the God of War games, Juan. Jeremy says your Blanca's really good. Your win-loss ratio shows it. Getting better. And every time I play, I feel like I am improving a little more, and I'm learning. Like just today, you know, Game Checker had mentioned I'm not following up. I'm not doing completed combos because I'm not using level 1 super often, and I'm also not following up with that air juggle, and now I know I can, so. My biggest fans are idiots. Thoughts on using Jamie at some point? Maybe. At most, I can only play 1 new character a week at this point. I just can't be playing multiple new characters because I'm not just playing Street Fighter constantly anymore. I'm juggling it with other games, so. Libgene says, any ETA on Amnesia maybe when Zelda finishes? I have absolutely no clue. We don't even know when we're going to be close to beating any of these games at this point. So that's the problem. I can't even promise you anything until we get through to near the end of some of these games and I can see what's on the horizon. Because the thing is, there's other games coming out, which again, I'm not aware of yet. We have to do this schedule on Sunday that people want to see too. I hate to say it, Amnesia might be a game that has to wait a long time to be played because it was just horrible release timing and now I'm too busy with other higher profile games. It was actually funny. I saw someone on Twitter this morning complaining, saying, I just don't understand why no one is talking about or playing Amnesia the Bunker. It's an outstanding horror game. It's made so well. I'm like, because exactly what I fucking said. It has literally nothing to do with the quality of the game. The timing of the release was absolutely atrocious. It came out right after Zelda, right after Street Fighter 6, right along with Diablo, and right before Final Fantasy. No one's going to talk about that game. The game is dead because no one's talking about it because everyone played everything else. I knew it. I 100% knew that's what was going to happen, exactly as I said happened. I received a tip. A $4.20 tip from Wumba. Sean needs to come back to Street Fighter. He is underrated in my opinion. I wish he would come back and be different. Like if they had Sean come back but he was redesigned to be a unique character rather than just a Shoto spinoff, then I think it would be cool. Because that was the problem. In Street Fighter 3, he was a Shoto spinoff, and either he was way overpowered or way underpowered. It would be cool to see him come back and be like, oh, I'm back now as my own serious fighter, and I got my own style. I'm not just biting off a Ken anymore. You know, I'm actually doing my own thing. I would like that. I'm just being bombarded with a bunch of really stupid questions now. I think people are doing it on purpose. I'm going to let it go, but if people continue, I'm just going to start timing people out. I'm not going to put up with the nonsense. Yes, I was a sports fan in my life, Charles, when I was younger. I was always a fan of all the New York teams. The New York Mets, the New York Jets, the New York Knicks. And that was really bad because they always sucked. They always did decent during the season, and then they choked in the postseason and never actually won anything. So I was always the fan who was excited till the end of the season, and then I was completely deflated. And then I just stopped caring about sports in the early 2000s. Another point, I did care again in the mid-2000s. I started watching, the early 90s when I stopped caring about sports. The mid-2000s, I started watching football with my friends. I watched it for about 2 seasons. And
Friends! He said friends! That counts, it fucking counts! Wake up! Wake the fuck up, everyone! We're still playing bingo and Phil said friends. We are 5 away from a full house. Keep in mind as well, we need 1 more burp for a free space from Phil. If we get 100 likes on the stream, that's a second free space right there. So we have 2 potential free spaces, which may be coming crucial. There's still plenty of time, obviously. Phil may fucking, you know, say a couple of these things as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get a full house here. It'd be great to fucking date. But yeah, the free spaces will certainly help, so make sure you like the stream.
Now was the time, the era of the big, the comeuppance of the Manning brothers. You know, Peyton and Eli were at the prime doing crazy stuff and things like that. But it's been, been a long time since I followed any sports since then. Okay, I got a $2 tip from Big Papa Phil. I like how you have been mixing Drive Impact into your block strings recently. Make sure you are doing it more often when you have an opponent in Burnout. Someone in Burnout is extremely vulnerable to Drive Impact hidden behind a block string. Right, because they can't do their own counter Drive Impact. Make sure to especially do it when you have them cornered and they have no defense to it. Exactly right. No, I know, but it's more awareness. Like, for me, I'm not thinking, how do I get my opponent to Burnout? I'm like, never thinking about that. I'm just thinking about how do I hit them, how do I win, and then if they happen to get to Burnout, great, now I can try to take advantage. So, but I understand what you're saying. When they're in Burnout, they can't counter Drive Impact, so get them in the corner and get a nice big punish, right? Spartanius one says, the Barbie movie releases July 21st. You should do a weekend of Ken Madness in honor of the Barbie movie. Oh my god. Learn Ken quickly and play Ken all weekend long. Ken Madness weekend. Ugh. Maybe, or at least maybe a day. Maybe we'll do that. We'll see. Thanks. Remind me of that again, Spartanius one. Okay, timing someone out for stupidity. Do I think zoning is fair? Hey, if it's built into the game, yeah. I mean, the problem with zoning, particularly projectile zoning, is that some characters aren't really built to get around it. Now, in Street Fighter 6, technically, everyone should be able to get around it because there's a parry. Doesn't mean that that's the case, though, because the parry freezes you in place. You don't advance when you parry. So, sadly, there are still characters that can get locked down by projectiles. I feel like Zangief gets the short end of the stick here. Like, he has a spinning lariat that when he does it, leaves him wide open, even if it passes through a fireball. So you can't use it for that. And he has a parry that locks him in place. He never advances on a fireball. So fireball spammers can't really get around with Zangief. It seems like his biggest problem, which is hilarious, because that was his problem with Street Fighter 2. How is it that we're 4 games later, almost 30 years later, and they haven't figured this out yet? Right? And he's had tools like Green Hand and stuff, and they take away the tool. You took away my tool to stop fireballs. Why? Why did you do that? Okay. No, Mano is not the easiest character in the game. She needs a lot of dash canceling to be viable, because most of her moves don't have great range or priority. Only when they're dash canceled do they become really good. So I actually feel like it does take some skill implementation. Again, I haven't used her again since my first stream. Maybe if I tried dash cancel tricks, I'd do better now. What do I think about fighting games like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter on handhelds? They're fun to have if you're a big fan of those franchises and you want to take it with you, but they're not really competitive. They're not the same. Those ports are far inferior to the real full versions of the game. They're just meant for mess around fun as a time killer. Okay. Jeremy says, when do you think you're trying rework mechanic? Yeah, I keep telling you guys. Listen, I'm going to use new characters. I'm not dropping new characters, probably once a week moving forward. When exactly each character, I have absolutely no clue. We'll probably determine it on a week-by-week basis, right? My next new character will probably be this Friday. Who will it be? I have absolutely no clue. We'll talk about it then. I don't know. Oh, man. All right, last couple of questions, guys. What's my favorite part about living in the Pacific Northwest? It's just less crowded. Less people per square foot, however they say. When I lived in Connecticut, my God, it was getting so crowded. At any time you wanted to go anywhere, you were going to sit in traffic. I'm serious. Like, no matter where you went, it was like traffic everywhere at any time of the day. The population was exploding, and it was fucking way too overpopulated. You know, because of that, things like pollution was worse and everything. Out here, it's just way less people. There's still a lot of people, but I can drive around the streets right now and have pretty much no issue. I'm not going to get stuck in traffic. And the air out here is much cleaner because we have a lot of plant life and natural greenery and things out here. It's very different than it was in Connecticut. That's my favorite part. Okay.
There is something quite hilarious with Phil talking about I can get in my car and drive around. The guy leaves his home once a fucking week. Is it one time a fucking week he fucking goes outside and feels fucking daylight hit his fucking strange pale skin? The rest of the fucking time he's cooped up on his fucking domicile like a goddamn fucking hermit that he fucking is. And he rarely fucking drives on all. He can fucking drive, but any fucking big main roads and highways or cat's got to take over. Phil can't drive on highways. He fucking might crash and his deherniated fucking back might fucking spasm out.
Do I like crab legs? You have 20 pounds of them in your freezer. I like crab. I don't like eating crab legs. Too much work. If I'm going to eat a meal, I just want to sit down and eat the meal. I don't want to have to work to eat the meal. I don't want to crack things, peel things, smash things, rip things, tear things, and get more of the thing on my face and body than in my mouth. So, I like crab. Maybe a crab cake, a crab bisque, a meal with crab pieces in it. Amazing. Actually, ripping crab apart and sucking it out and ripping it out of legs. Nah, I'll pass on that. Canadian Kirk says, move to Boise. One state over and prices are dropping. Boise, Idaho. Jane says, today I would like to see the Ryu hat, so you mean the headband, or the GTA hat, or the straw hat. I would love to wear a hat for you guys today, but that's the $100 tips goal. So again, if you guys like my content, please support it today. If you tip me today, we get $100, you'll vote on some hats, and I'll definitely put the Ryu headband in the running today. For sure. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. It's time to end the show. We're going to do our best. Right now, we're going to do is jump into Street Fighter 6 and hope I can play online. If not, I guess we're sadly going to be doing World Tour, even though it's not what I intended today. It is what it is. Thank you all for being here today for the Level 1 podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I guess tomorrow we'll talk about our results from today and see how it went. Thanks for watching, and see you then. Okay. Quick adjustment, and I'm going to quickly use the restroom before we begin. And then we're going to see what we can do here. I really hope we can play. Really. It's really going to suck because I haven't played since Friday. And I'm craving it. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to play today. And now it might not fucking work. Which is really stupid. Okay.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah, yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Black Mage for a super chat, who says he only eats things that Mummy cuts up for him. I mean, it may very well fucking be the lazy fucking bastard. Now, don't get me wrong. I can somewhat agree with Phil's mentality when it comes to food. If I'm eating like chicken, for example, I would rather have the whole chicken to eat without having to worry about the bone, you know. I like my chicken boneless. Primarily, if I had a choice in the matter, I would prefer boneless. That way I can just shovel that bastard. I'm a big fat bastard, so I'll fucking shovel that fucking chicken in my mouth and enjoy it to my... It doesn't mean I'm not going to eat other kind of chicken, no. If I'm being offered chicken wings, you goddamn right I'm going to eat those chicken wings. I'll carefully eat those and try and get as much meat out of those fucking bones as possible. I better make a bit of a mess, I don't fucking care. But Phil's a strange fucking entity where he's like, I don't want to fucking waste time trying to, you know, tackle the legs of a crab to try and get meat out of it, you know, too much hassle. He's a lazy bastard, he really is. He's an absolute lazy bastard. Bjorn says if you prefer boneless, you might as well become a vegetarian. Bjorn, don't you even make silly jokes, but I could never become a vegetarian in my opinion. I mean, you know, today I went out for a wee meal with my good lady, you know what I mean? Because it was like, you know, I'm off work all this week, by the way, right? I don't have to worry about work this week. Got a whole week off. Today was the day I was, okay, let's just go for a wee meal, darling. I'll take you out for a wee dinner date. And my meal today was a big ass cheeseburger. We went to TGI Fridays. I had some big fucking cheeseburger thing with mozzarella sticks in it. It's one of those fucking big hefty bastards. We had to fucking dismantle the burger just to fucking get a jaws around it, you know. If I was a vegetarian, I wouldn't be able to fucking enjoy that. You know? So yeah, fucking be a vegetarian. Fuck no, man. I like my food too much.
Okay. Is that good now?
Yes, the fucking burger was boneless. I'll tell you what, I did fucking get removed from the burger. Salad. Shockingly enough, I'm not a big salad fan. I was like, get rid of your fucking lettuce, get rid of your fucking tomatoes, get rid of your fucking, all this healthy shit, get that fucking crap off the burger, just fucking put on the beef, put on the cheese, put on the bacon, that's all I fucking want in my fucking burger.
Yeah, it looks good, right? Okay. Alright guys, real quick, just gonna mute the mic, use the restroom, come right back, and we'll try it out, see if I can play. I'll be right back.
And we can now fast forward. Oh, that was actually very fast. Fuck me. I didn't have to fucking hold it down that long. He was actually very fucking fast today. So there we go. We're gonna fucking watch him roll back now and fucking throw himself into his chair. Come on, Phil. Any fucking time now. Any fucking time now, Phil. Here we go. Here we fucking go.
Alright, I got a tip when I was peeing. Thank you for...
Oh wow, I got a tip when he was peeing. It's a miracle. Raziel the Lost says, would you rather have a triple whopper with Swiss cheese and mushrooms on it, or a triple whopper with barbecue sauce and onion rings on it? Fuck me, man. If I had to eat either mushrooms or onion rings, I feel like I might have to fucking endure... I would endure the mushrooms, but the cheese is worth it. You know, that's my mentality. What an interesting fucking question. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I will eat veg sometimes, but if I'm having a fucking burger, I want to enjoy the fucking burger. I'm not gonna fucking worry about healthy fucking eating during a fucking big double cheeseburger fucking thing with mozzarella sticks as well in the bastard and thing. You know what I mean? I'll get that fucking healthy crap off it. I'm being an unhealthy bastard for that particular fucking meal.
For a $2 tip from Shipley. Do you feel people are trying to throw Final Fantasy 16 with Death Stranding and Red Dead 2 is having a great story, but the gameplay is simple or boring? I don't know. I'm 8 hours in, and I feel like the gameplay is getting better because I just unlocked the second element, and the second element allows you to alternate between the fire and wind elements and go back and forth and have better combos and better stuff. So I feel like I'm just getting to the point where the game's hitting its stride with some of the content or the combat, and I can't really judge yet. I mean, maybe people are saying that. I don't know. I'm just doing my playthrough for myself. I'm not listening to all the white noise on the outside because I'm trying to play it for myself and judge for myself, right? I try not to let myself get influenced by that. Alright, I'm going to very briefly jump into training mode with Zangief a little bit. I want to see if I can implement some of these dash cancel things that I saw on a video yesterday. I just want to mess around just a little bit to get a few dash cancel strategies, and then we're going to go online with Zangief if it works. I don't know if it's going to or not. We're about to find out. Thank you to those who supported the stream so far. Game Tracker, obviously, with a ginormous amount of tips overnight. Thank you to those who super chatted, those who have liked the stream. No members yet. We're actually already getting close to our likes goal for the stream. See you later, Che. Yes, but Airhead, if I turn crossplay off, I won't find anyone. You understand that there's no one bought this game on Xbox, right? So there'll be no one to play with. That's the problem. That's literally my problem right now. Go with blue.
Let's dance.
Let's dance. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of dash cancel stuff. Let's see here. Oh, but if they move, it'll work. Got one combo, but that will. So it's more dash canceling for a setup rather than an actual guaranteed combo. Okay. That I like. Too late, gotta do it faster than that. Okay. Can't dash cancel the fierce. Nope. That's how you do it. Down, forward, medium. Because I saw a lot of people using that in combos. 2 and 1. Okay. The timing on the splash is so hard. I like that you can 360 after it. I really like that.
Just want everyone to be aware, Phil is not recording yet. The rules of Bingo state that until Phil starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, the Bingo continues. So we'll have to endure Phil's crappy training mode, where he fucking tries to practice his little cheese strategies with his fucking character, until he starts recording for YouTube. So, bear with it, the Bingo's still going though.
So his dash cancels are basically for setups. You're not going to get advanced combos with him. You're just not going to. He doesn't inherently have them. The one thing I'm trying to figure out is air juggle. What you can do with this, I don't remember. Let me try something. Okay. Trying to figure out what combo can I do in the corner here. Can I do an air juggle or not? I don't want that. Hold on. You do a 2-hit combo. Okay. It's only gonna be 3 hits. Can I do an air juggle with roundhouse? No, it whiffs. Okay. Let me try something else. Oh, I wanted to jump 360. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, it seems like he's stuck after the punch. He is. He's like, he won't jump after the punch. Oh, I can Tiger Knee it. Oh, crap. Okay. Oh, almost. I wonder if that will work or not. Maybe. Trying to think of things I could do here besides the 360, but it seems like no, right? Really? Okay, I'm gonna try this. Oops. Oh, yes. Wow, that's good corner punish damage. Yes, of course it takes 2 meters, but that's a really good corner combo right there. Ooh. Keep in mind, also it's the level 1 super, no? Probably too slow. Wonder if it'll work. I'm gonna try it again. Ah, damn it. Seems like it's too slow. You probably just gotta do EXSPD then. Alright. Too slow. Okay. Interesting. Everyone says this is horrible. That low fierce is really bad. No one's using it anymore. So rather than doing this into this, which I've been doing a lot, I might instead do dash like this and dash in and then mix it up. Also, a lot of people are doing this. Just, it's dash cancel forward right into 360. A lot of people are using that. And it's very effective. All right, let's see what we can do. I don't know if it's going to work or not online. We're going to try. Okay. Command normal in the air level 1. That might work. Instead of doing the spin clothesline, it might work. All right, let's see what we can do. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We're going to try it, though.
Here we go. Here we go.
Where's Zangief? Try the blue. All right, we'll see if this works. It might not work. What's up, Joe, man? I don't know if we're going to find any map.
Did he not change his settings? I don't think Phil altered his settings to fucking try and disable cross-platform. He's not even going to fucking try and play against his fucking other Xbox players.
Matches. It might not work like I crossplay on. I guess we're going to see. If I turn crossplay off, I almost guarantee you I'm not finding anybody. Oh, here we go. All right, everyone. Welcome to Street Fighter 6. We're trying Zangief out.
He is now recording future because somebody actually fucking found the match for fucking playing, so there we fucking go. There you go. The bingo's over. Phil is finally recording for YouTube. We had one free space because Phil burped 10 times. I'm just going to take off bigotry, essentially. And hooray for all that jazz. But yeah, we're left with 4. We're 4 shy of a full house, sadly. We didn't get a creepy whisper. Didn't get Phil saying admittedly, chill or disgusting. So that is what it is, sadly. Nothing we can do about that. Let's refresh the stream and see how Phil's doing. Actually, let's go to live.
Move! Are you kidding me? I didn't move. I should have never got hit by that fucking bullshit.
The desperation spamming right at the fucking end there. Did you hear that shit? Did you hear the fucking desperation button mashing there at the end there? For Phil to fucking survive not dying there. Watch that shit one more fucking time and look at the fucking desperation from Phil here.
I did a move! Are you kidding me?
You hear the fucking mashing going on in the fucking background. Fucking desperation fucking comes out and he's like, oh, look at me, I'm so amazing at this fucking shit. What a fucking tune. Anyway. That's the end of bingo. I'm fucking done with bingo. Sad I couldn't get a full house, but it is what it is. But let's just fucking check in with our pals in the wee aquarium. Our wee otters are all hanging out and chilling on the right hand side of the screen, as you can see here. I can see 4, I think one's under this metal grating here. Not sure. But there's definitely like 3 of them here on the far right hand side here. So there we go. That's so fucking cute. I'm not sure where the other one is. If there is one under it or not, it's hard to fucking tell. But I mean, there's another one there. The 4th one's here. I think. It's very hard to tell. But yeah, it looks like they're all 4 of them are here in one little spot. But there we go. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up for here for the bingo. Guys, thank you for being here. I do hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Sadly, it wasn't a full house. But hey, we can always try again tomorrow once more. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, how you want to spend it. I'll catch you all later. Until then, I'm going to end things, so I always end things by playing the Notorious PIG contributions made by the excellently talented Pixar Animations. So until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your Monday and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
Alright, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Alright, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that, in an instant.